goes left, kick downfield from Harris to Vita, end over end. Dylan Edwards runs onto it confidently, sends a pass away left side Alamotti, and he's going to be taken about 30 out from his own line and 20 in from touch on the eastern side. 1 minute gone, no score here at Western Sydney Stadium as now Jenkins hits it up for Penrith centre field, and he's taken 34 out from his own goal line. Plays the ball to Lussick, sends it left to McLean. What an impressive short stint he had for the Blues on Wednesday. Here he's put to the ground, 5 short of halfway. Played to Lussick, takes off from dummy half. Offloaded to Lindsay Smith. He's knocked to the ground, right on the halfway line. Near enough centre field there by Halasima, who's reared away from that, looking a little bit injured. And now it's Henry up the middle. He scored 9 metres in Warriors territory. Last tackle, Penrith, and Lussick goes left. Here's the kick from Talangi, 41 metres out, down to the northwest corner, taken by Jenkins, dropped by Jenkins, picked up now by Leotoa for the Warriors, and he's flung to the deck, about 17 out from his own line by Moses Leota. 2 minutes gone, Luke Lewis, no score.
Yeah, good start by both sides. A really nice set there by the Warriors, come up with a really good kick, and the Panthers, they returned third. They didn't want to chance their arm too much. They had a bit of an overlap on that right side, but just get through their sets, and they're kicking to that left corner. Blaze Talangi taking the first kick.
So now it is the Warriors with the ball, about 15 short of halfway, and taking the tackle is Cam Pereira. He plays the ball to Wade Egan. Cut out ball goes left to right. Now Jackson Ford centre field. He was running off Aaron Clark, and a great run too. Gets to within half a metre of halfway. Plays the ball quickly to Egan. Comes back centre field left to Apigi. Lindsay Smith greets him, and he's shot backwards 3 metres in Penrith's half. Last tackle Warriors, Egan. He goes right for the clearing kick. Running of the line to Marty Martin. He gets the kick down to the southern end. Taken by Jenkins. 15 out from his own goal line. Straightens into Ford, and he's going to be finished off with help from Clark. 23 out from the Penrith goal line. 2 minutes 45 gone. No score. Penrith and the Warriors. Casey McLean at first receiver. Runs on the open side. Forced across field. Held is the call. 27 out from his own goal line. Lussick sends the ball right. And now a kicking run from Tungor. Or was it Alamotti? Alamotti 15 short of halfway plays it. It comes right to Edwards. Taken by Laban over the top. 6 short of halfway. Also in there was Harris to Vita. Now Lussick out of dummy half. Fires it left to Smith Leota. Quick hands meant for Papali. Goes astray. Dropped by Watton and Zalesniak. And it is a penalty coming for the Penrith side. There was a Penrith player taken off the ball, so first penalty of the game goes to the Panthers. 3 metres in Warriors territory. Centre field, 3.5 gone, no score.
Yeah, it looked a bit messy there. I couldn't see the actual shoulder charge. I'm waiting for the replay to come up, but the Panthers have kicked upfield. They're going to get a really nice bit of an opportunity here early on the Warriors line, but it actually comes off to Murray Martin anyway.
So tap taken, and it's McLean who got the pass away to his right, and playing a Papali'i, 19 out. Comes right to Leota. Good strong run up the middle. Put to the ground by Ford and Tuapegi, 10 out. Now it comes to Smith. Turns it back left to Cogger. Then away by Talangi. 6 more Warriors inside the 10. First restart of the night goes to Penrith, who are 12 metres out from the goal line. 4 scoreless minutes in this top of the table clash. Played to Lussick. Goes right Leota. Then away to Lindsay Smith. He charges there to Egan and Laban, and he's going to be held only 5 metres out from the Warriors line in front of the right upright. Plays the ball to Lussick. Spins it away left this time to Cogger. He turns it into Papali'i. He tackled. 7 out from the line. So far so good defensively for the Waz. Played now to Lussick. He'll jump over the marker. Comes to the right to Smith. Then away to Henry. Williams scored 9 metres out from the line by Ford and Halasima. Played to Lussick. Back centre field left to Smith. Away to a running Cogger to Talangi. Bounced into the defence. Got the pass away to Lussick, 12 metres out. Then away to Dylan Edwards. Goes on a scampering run himself into Clark. And also in there Fisher Harris. Held the call. 8 out right in front of the Northern Sticks. Ball played to Lussick. He comes left on the last to Cogger. Then away to McLean. McLean straight past Rodney Zalesniak. A Panther hit the deck Papali'i. There might be an obstruction. Try to Penrith, but we'll see. We're going to the bunker.
Looking at the lead runner here, and then he holds up the ability of the defence to slide across.
So a bit to sort through here in the bunker by Chris Butler, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, it looked way too easy for the
lead runner here, Papali'i is required to go to space.
Okay, we're watching it, slow-mo. He's going on the outside shoulder.
That's why I set it up. We'll see what they say.
The Warriors centre made a bad decision.
Oh, actually,
the player inside.
I think the centre made a real bad decision. That's one-on-one. That's his man to tackle there. And then the centre has to make the next tackle. The centre made the wrong decision to come in here.
Yeah, Leotower made the wrong decision. Was
just looking to see if the Warriors initiate contact here, if there's a defensive decision from Ali on the outside as well.
It's a bad defensive decision because the person with the ball in his hands now, that is the Warriors one who made the decision.
Ali's made a defensive decision here to close the gap on Isaiah Papali, who is running to space.
So it's going to be a try.
Going to be a try. Good
this
call.
This is where the overlap is created through that gap. Casey McLean runs through here. There's no obstruction we're playing on.
And it was Papali'i who hit the deck, Isaiah Papali'i.
Wait.
And Casey McLean puts it down for the try. Finish it off, Chris Butler. 5 minutes and 6 seconds gone. It is officially a try to Penrith. Penrith 4, Warriors 0. Down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, good work there. A good decision by the video referee as well, because it was an offensive decision, and as a result, that created the overlap. Casey McLean went straight through. Really ordinary defence, quite frankly, but they got an opportunity, good field position after there'd been a player taken off the ball. And I've got to say, Jack Cogger got his mitts on the ball often, and that's exactly what he's got to do. He was channeling Nathan Cleary with his work in the lead up to that try.
Good work, Chris Butler. I'm going to give him a wrap there.
I was about to
finally
say,
gets it right.
Is
That's
it wrong?
Awesome.
I feel ecstatic.
Yeah, I know.
It's common sense apart from anything else.
Finally, a bit of common sense up there.
Here's Paul Alamotti. Really good player, Alamotti. Not much of a goal kicker. 21 out, 9 in from the western touchline. Penrith 4, Warriors 0, 6 minutes gone. Sunday night NRL on ABC Sport. Here comes Alamotti with a right boot. He strikes it off the upright. No goal. And apart from many other areas, goal kicking is where they really miss Nathan Cleary. Because for all Alamotti's talent, that's not a huge one for him. Although he does knock the odd one over from the touchline. Your texts are welcome, 0467 920 222. G'day, chaps. I missed the team sheets. Is Cleary out injured or just being rested? Go Panthers from Brendan the Garbo. No, they're all just being rested. Great weekend of footy as always. Go the Panthers from Amazing Ali from Appen. Thank you, Ali. Andrew and the odd couple, I hope, after his hay fever issue, the blue micro moon doesn't send Louis into prankster mode. Look out, Gibbsy from Craig. No, he's been very well behaved here, Luke Lewis. As it comes to the left now from the kickoff. And it's Liam Henry who's tackled 11 metres out from his own goal line. Plays it to Lussick. He sends it open side left as Penrith have it 18 out from their own line. Tungmore tackle. Played to Lussick. Works it left to Leona. Charges there into Tamali Martin. And a good bustling run up to the 30. Strong leg drive into Martin and Clark. Now Lussick goes right to Smith. In comes Ford over the top with Egan around the ankles. 11 short of halfway. Penrith with it, leading 4-0. Lussick from inside the 40. Attempts a 40-20, has the distance, not the direction. Tuapiki goes back, picks it up, 5 out from his own goal line, and a terrific chase, headed up by Liam Martin. Great to see him back. 8 metres out from the Warriors goal line. 7 minutes gone, and the scoreline in favour here at Penrith by 4 points to 0. Warriors in centre field, 11 metres out from their own goal line. The ball played by Alafiano Khan-Pereira. Comes right to Watney Zelezniak, who began his illustrious career here at Penrith. Plays the ball to Martin. He sends it left to Leotower, and he shoved across field over the top. Henry, 24 out from the Warriors line. 4 tackles into the set. Egan goes left to Ford. Great tackle, Liam Martin. 28 metres out from the Warriors line. Played on the last. Harris to beat to the kick from his 30. Kicks across his body. Sacrifices a bit of depth. Taken on the bounce by Jenkins. 22 out from his own line. Returns it and claimed. 11 short of halfway. And 18 in from the western touchline. It's 4-0 Penrith. Plays to Talangi. Dummies. Got away from Ford up to Tamali Martin. 2 halfway. Now he's taken right on halfway. 18 in from touch western side. Edwards dummy half. Goes right to McLean. Right foot step by Casey. Laban one of 3 defenders there with Egan. About 10 metres in Warriors territory and Fisher Harris. Lussick. Flat pass right to Liam Henry. He's wrapped up 31 metres out from the goal line by Clark. Penrith on the attack with a 4-0 lead. Leota left to Isaiah Papali'i. And he's taken about 22 out from the goal line. Laban was in the tackle with Ford on the last. Lussick goes right to Cogger. Kicks back to the left side. That's Milky Jenkins against Watney Zelezniak. Dallin with the catch. Caught by Jenkins. 4 out from the Warriors line. 8.5 gone. It is 4-0 Penrith touchline, Johnny Gibbs.
You know, when we talk about goal kicking, in a game like this, it may well be important. What's incredible, I don't want to tell Ivan Cleary how to suck eggs because he's one of the best coaches to ever live. So spread it here. Oh, almost a mistake. I'll come back to this right now, Andrew, because the tackle's made. But they both had 53 attempts, Alamotti and Dylan Edwards. And Dylan Edwards, his percentage rate is 12% better than Alamotti. So what Alamotti's doing kicking, I don't know.
Here's the Warriors, 15 out from their own goal line. Up the middle goes Aaron Clark. Caught 21 out from his own line. Last tackle Warriors, who trailed 4 points to 0 after 9 minutes. Kicked downfield by Tamati Martin from his own 20. Caught by Edwards, 30 out from his own line. Heads up over the 40. He'll get near halfway. Offloaded to Jenkins. Great tackle by Watney Zelezniak. And also Leah Tower. Right on halfway. 12 in from touch, western side. Played to Lungy. Goes right to Casey McLean. Ford is in there with Fisher Harrison. Clark in defence. 9 metres in Warriors half. Now it's Lussick. Centre field right away to Isaac Tunlaw. Steps into Laban and Egan. Caught 31 out from the goal line. Penrith on the attack. Northern end. Lussick goes left to a running Cogger. Then away Papala. He ran straight through one. Now put to the ground. 18 metres out from the goal line by Clark. Lussick goes right. Leota Smith. Then to Cogger. Plays out the back to Edward. Ball on the ground. Scooped up by Tunlaw. Gee, needed one more pass. But it went forward off Dylan Edwards, says referee Gerard Sutton. Knock on Penrith. Warriors will get the scrum. 15 out for their own line. 10 gone. 4-0 Penrith over the Warriors. You with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore on ABC Sport. And Louis, Penrith look all over the Warriors. They're just really hanging in there at the moment, the visitors.
Yeah, the Warriors are hanging in there at the moment, and the Panthers do look sharp, don't they? They haven't really missed a beat out there without their State of Origin stars. But for me, it's their defence. Their kick chase has been brilliant. They get down there and they're holding the Warriors. They're not getting outside of that 30 metres zone. It means they have to come up with a huge kick. And Dylan Edwards is always getting the ball on the full. So great intent in their defence.
And Shovel says more, if you add the letters in Johnny Gibbs' name and Isaac Newton, the sum is 22. I think I have to add that up. It seems like it might be more than that. Here's the short side raid to the right to a peaky tackle. 7 short of halfway by Jenkins. 5 in from the western touchline. Played to Egan. Goes left to Ford. He steps his way into Lussick and Papali'i and Smith. And he's 4 sideways, then backwards on halfway. 10 in from touch, western side. And they give away a penalty. Lindsay Smith, a crusher tackle. Gee, gives away a lot of penalties. And the first penalty to the Warriors tonight. 1 all the penalty count on halfway. 10 in from the western touchline. Lindsay Smith doesn't think he did anything wrong.
Over to I, to be honest. I think it was just a driving tackle. He gets in an awkward position here, Jackson Ford, and drops the ball. But Lindsay Smith's just driving. There's no crasher in there at the moment. It's just the way that he rolls over. That's fine.
I was about to ask you,
Nothing in that.
what could he have done differently?
Nothing. The ball just rolls out. That should not be a penalty.
Yeah, I'm with you. As the Warriors find touch 30 out. This is their best field position though, isn't it? Leah Tower, the tap, goes left to Tuapiki to Ford, and he's wrapped up 27 metres out from the goal line. Penrith 4, Warriors 0, with the early try to Casey McLean. Set restart, given away by Penrith, as is their want early in the tackle count. Over and over again. They go left, Warriors. They're 22 away from the goal line. Ball's going to be played now to Wade Egan. Comes to the right, Aaron Clark. Charges at Leota Smith and Martin. Good leg drive to within 12 of the goal line. In front of the right upright at the southern end. Wade Egan spins it left. Away now to Tamati Martin. Got the pass on to Laban. Tackled 7 out from the goal line. Or was it Halasima? It was. Comes to the right. Martin links up with Tuapiki. He dummies, goes himself. Caught by McLean. And Talangi 4 out. 10 in from touch, southwest corner. Leah Tower goes left to Martin, away to Ford. Drifts across field into the defence of Lussick and Martin. And he's held up with help from Liam Henry. 10 out in front of the post. Last tackle Warriors. Egan comes back to the right to Clark. Then away Martin dummies, goes himself. Tackled 5 out by Papali'i and Talangi. Changeover. Great goal line defence by Penrith. 13 gone. Penrith 4, Warriors 0.
Yeah, outstanding defence there by the Panthers. The set restart come back on them as well. You can tell they're a little bit bunched up now, a little bit fatigued. He's kicking in, but I'm assuming their outside backs will come in and do a lot of work for him. But outstanding work in defence on their line. line.
Well, Jenkins the first hit up, and now for Penrith it's Tungle. He's tackled 18 out from his own goal line. Clark was in there with Laban. Played to Lussick, goes right to Alamotti. He's wrapped up. About 22 out from his own line, centre field by Ford. Lussick goes right to Liam Martin. You could hear the oof as he crashes into the defence of Halasima. Now taken on the 30. Lussick goes left. Edwards away to Liotta. He started this game very well, Moses Liotta. Caught 11 short of halfway. On the last, Talangi running start. High kick, pretty shallow to Tuapiki. He'll take it under no pressure. 18 out from his own line. 15 in from the western touchline, and he's caught. Terrific chase coming from the Panthers. Jack Cogger. 22 out from the Warriors line, and once again, Penrith give away a set restart on the very first play. Warriors now 31 out from their own goal line. Watney Jalesniak plays it to Martin. Fires it away left to Pompey, and he's going to be caught. 33 out from his own goal line. Now it's Egan. They keep going left side. Hitting the ball up is Alfiano Khan Pereira. Caught 9 metres short of halfway. 15 in from touch eastern side. Warriors with it. And it's game on here, isn't it? It's good stuff in the opening quarter of an hour. 4-0 in favour of Penrith. Fisher Harris plays it to Egan. Goes right. Clark out the back. Great pass away to Tomati Martin. Turned it into a juggling Laban. He catches it. Off the ground. Gives the pass back to Egan. He drifts to his right. Turns it into Leah Tower. He steps straight through to Lungy. Now put to the ground. 30 out from the goal line by Edwards and Henry on the last. Left foot kick from Harris to Beta. Charging through his forward, Watney Jalesniak. Milky can't get it. It's touched by Penrith, knocked on by Tom Jenkins, who's complaining to the referee. And he's pleading for a challenge, Tom Jenkins. Will he get it? Knock on Penrith. We've only had 15 minutes. There won't be a challenge. Penrith 4, Warriors 0, and the Warriors will get a scrum feed 10 metres out from the Panthers goal line.
It was adamant there, wasn't he, Milky Jenkins? He gets up, does not touch the ball with his hand, he says, and I think it touches his right finger. Lucky they didn't challenge it. And then the ball does go forward as well, so not gone. But he's going to turn up in defence here, but I reckon he would have got done if he did challenge it.
Let's go downstairs, Gibbsy.
Well, he didn't challenge it. I think under the old interpretations of the disruptor, he would have got it, but that one might have gone against him. Here's the Warriors with another golden opportunity.
Yeah, inside ball from Harris to Veda to Pompey from the scrum win. Jonty, and he's tackled 10 out from the Penrith line. Ball play to Egan, goes right to Fisher Harris. Benton swarming defence led by Liam Martin and Moses Liotta and Lussick. 7 out from the line, Egan. Spins it left to Tamati Martin, steps back in field. Caught 4 metres out from the goal line. Nearly 16 gone. 4-0 Penrith. Egan sends the ball right. Harris to Beta. Cut out ball to Ford. Out the back to Apiki. Links up with Leah Tower. He steps back in field and caught. 5 out from the goal line by, in there was Papali'i and also Talangi. Egan goes left to Clark. Links up with Harris to Beta. They got the numbers. Martin away. Linked up with the Pompey. Pompey steps back in field into Isaac Tungor. And Dylan Edwards is there as well. A metre out from the goal line. Last tackle. Egan goes right. Crossfield kick. Harris to Beta. Near the goal line. Up they go. What a catch by the Warriors. They've got it and score the try. Claiming the try looks to be Jacob Laban. It is. Warriors hit back. Superb kick by Harris to Beta. Wonderful catch by Jacob Laban. And it's now 4 apiece. Kick to come Warriors. 16 minutes 40 gone in the first half. Luke Lewis.
Yeah, I think it was a simultaneous catch. You had Casey McLean get up and he gets a really good catch on it. And then Laban gets it 2 hands on it as well. But as he comes down, he just reefs it out. A bit of a one-on-one sort of in the air. And he next thing you know, he's over the line. So beautiful kick there for the Warriors. Great chase and beautiful leap by both players. But Laban, the man that comes down with it and gets the Warriors on the scoreboard.
For all the score, touchline John Gibbs.
Yeah, he's taken it out of his hands there. Jacob Laban, he's got that ball. And I hope they don't watch this over and over and over again and say, did he knock it on? He had it, Casey McLean, and one-on-one, it was taken from his grasp by Jacob Laban. Normally we see Leka Halasima with those types of tries on the left-hand side, but this was Laban with a magnificent jump, should I say, and we saw what Casey McLean did in refusal of those type of kicks in State of Origin. That was a great kick. It was, just great attack. They just kept the ball going and it took something special, and he's come down with a great try, Laban.
Now a great kick coming up from Adam Pompey. 15 out, 19 in from the western touchline. 4 all the score, top of the table clash here on ABC Sport, 18 minutes gone. Get your text messages after the kick from Pompey, his first shot of the night. Try scored by Jacob Laban. Pompey with the right boot, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. So it is 6-4, Warriors leading Penrith here at Western Sydney Stadium. Remembering the Panthers have only lost once this year, and that being to Canterbury Bankstown. On the text line, Alex in Cootamundra says, Andrew, sorry if you were sick of St George Illawarra text tonight, but I'm still buzzing from their effort today. Happy for all players and Dean Young have been so much to fans who stick by the team no matter what. Have a great call tonight. Alex, I'm not sick of them, mate. The more the merrier. You guys deserve it.
What about the scoreline with the Brisbane Broncos?
30-26. Do you know what?
3 times in a row?
At Lang Park.
That is mind-blowing.
And the Dragons have beaten Brisbane 3 times in a row. John Gibbs, are you astonished?
It's incredible.
Thank you. Here's a kick-off. Forward return for the Warriors. 6 metres out from his own line. So good to have Sunday night footy, especially having it brought to us by Andrew Louie and Jotty Saurus. Thank you. Go Panthers, says Dave in Nowra, as the Warriors are 12 out from their own line. Played to Wigan. He sent a left penalty against Penrith. Inside the 10, inside the 20 metre line, if you know what I mean. So that's why it's a penalty and not a set restart. So the penalty to 2-1 to the Warriors. It's 21 metres out from their own line and 20 in from the eastern touch line, and Harris DeVita will find touch on that far side, 10 metres short of halfway. Do you do sense? Momentum has shifted here.
Yeah, it definitely shifted a little bit at the moment. The Panthers are still doing a great job in defence, but it's just their set restarts and their penalties are definitely given the Warriors a little bit of a gift getting out of their own end.
So now Fisher Harris. He sends the ball right, and Clark tackled 1 metre inside Penrith territory. He plays the ball to Wade Egan. Sends it left to Fisher Harris. Great run. Strolled through Liam Martin. He scored 35 out. You don't think he's pumped and ready for a big game. Fisher Harris. Egan. Blindside left to Harris DeVita. Turns it into Pompey. Runs across field. Offloaded in the tackle. They spread it to the right to Aaron Clark. Ran away from Leota. No. Moses held on with Isaiah Papali'i. 34 metres out from the line. 2 tackles left Warriors. Elite 6-4. Egan to the right. To a peaky. Oh, great tackle down low by Lussick. 30 metres out. Crowd getting involved. Comes to the left on the last. Harris to beat it from 28 metres out. Great kick. Dylan Edwards. Great catch. Brilliant. 9 out from the Penrith goal line. 19 and a half gone. Warriors 6, Penrith 4. Ball played down to Talangi. Goes right to Jenkins. And he stopped 13 out from his own line. What a catch from Dylan Edwards. We saw some great catching at this ground last night, Louis. Especially from the West Tigers against Canterbury. And that was brilliant from Edwards.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming down there. And Edwards is a really nice kick. There's some really good pressure coming down. But Edwards just looked at it, knew the challenge he had ahead of him. He gets up nice and high above all the Warriors and gets the Panthers the ball back in the end.
Alamotti plays it. Now it's a 10-metre run from Leota. Caught 10 short of halfway. Last tackle Penrith. As Lussick goes right. Cogger the kick from his own 40. And it bounces straight to Tuapiki. 15 out for the Warriors line. Heads to the 30. Got the pass away to Pompey. He got straight past one tackle. He burnt through Alamotti. Claimed by Tungor. 8 short of halfway. Now comes open side right. The Warriors with it just short of halfway, leading 6-4, 20 minutes and 30 seconds gone. Wins already today for St George Illawarra, beating Brisbane, and Canberra beating North Queensland. They haven't done that very often in recent years. Egan sends it right to Jackson Ford, another hitter. Caught here there by Lussick, and one other defender, Leota. 32 out from the goal line. Slow play the ball to Egan. Centre field left to Clark. Plays it at the line. Got it back to Martin, to Harris, to Vita. Show and go, but he's shut down. Wonderful tackle brings him down from Cogger. 21 out from the Penrith line. Played to Pompey on the last. Goes away to Marie Martin. Crossfield kick to the wing of Jenkins and what Nigel Lesniak. Down on the catch. Flick past the Leah Tower. Stop it. You can't be that good. What a pass. Catch. Brilliance from Dylan Nigel Lesniak. But no try. Hang on.
Offside on the kick chase. And he's active in the play.
We've gone to the bunker with a soft decision of no try. 21 minutes and 19 seconds gone. And it wasn't offside.
We've got an on-field call of Ali, second from the right, offside. This is our best camera angle, and based on that, we'll be supporting the on-field call that he is offside.
He looks offside there.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah, you can't dispute that.
He's There is a 25-metre sort of light line through the replay. You can see there, Maury.
He continues to roll downfield, plays an active part in the play now. We have a decision.
I can't see your imaginary line.
Well, there was a line there. The kicker was behind it, and one was in front of it.
Yeah, it was offside. You can't go against it.
And then the skill shown here, though, by Dallin. What about this? He just hears a little bit of a voice, just pops it off his right hip without looking.
That's almost too good to not be rewarded with something, isn't it?
Absolutely. But, good call there by the referee. Gerard Sutton out there got the call right.
Penrith, they find touch 34 out for their own line, and it happened in front of you, John Gibbs.
Yeah, and as was evidenced by the video, we could only assume that he was offside, and there was no need for him to be offside. That's the thing about it. DWZ was onside, and only could have stayed behind him. The defence from Penrith has been excellent, but the kick is a way to go against them, obviously.
Penrith on halfway here, Jonty. Comes to the right to Lindsay Smith. He ran through Fisher Harris, and now he's contained 10 metres in Warriors half. Plays the ball to Lussick. Comes to the right to Cogger. Turns it into Liam Martin. Drifts across field and straightens, and he's going to be wrapped up here by Ford and Clark, standing in the tackle. 31 out from the Warriors line, middle of the park. Lussick goes left, Leota away to Cogger. Then a short ball to Casey McLean, but he's met by Tamaree Martin and also Jacob Laban and flung to the ground. 21 out from the Warriors line. Played on the last to Lussick. Centre field right to Cogger. Kicked it straight into Jackson Ford. Comes back for Penrith to knock it on. So it was a poor kick. It was too slow from Cogger. It was very good aggression in defence from Ford. And it'll be a Warriors scrum feed. 19 out from their own line. 17 minutes 30 gone. Warriors 6, Penrith 4 here at Western Sydney Stadium. And more traffic on the text line. 0467 920 222. My Broncos didn't turn up tonight. Still trying to work out what went wrong. Walsh was off his game as well as others. Not good enough from Charlie.
Can I ask you something, Maury?
I beg you to.
He just kicked the ball there, Cogger, and Ford just touched his leg. Shouldn't it be a penalty? That's what we've seen last night with the charge down.
Well, I didn't look at the replay. I was looking at the computer screen. But if you say
no,
so,
I don't think it should be. But after last night, it was ridiculous. He just touched his leg while he kicked it.
Well, if you touch his leg as he's kicked the footy, especially if he's in the air, you're in trouble. Here's Warriors 12 short of halfway, unless you're Jackson Ford against Jack Cogger. Here's Aaron Clark, but I didn't see it.
It wasn't bad.
You're not going to threat to walk out.
It shouldn't have been a penalty.
You're staying here?
From last night.
You're staying here?
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
What didn't happen tonight? It was last night that happened.
Ford tackle 7 metres in Penrith territory. Played on the last. Comes right to Martin. The kick from 38 metres out. Down to Dylan Edwards. Laban flying through. Edwards flies through the air. Nearly reached that wonderful blue moon, but he comes down with it on the 10-metre line. Entangled down with Laban and told to go back and play it. 16 minutes left in the first half. Warriors 6, Penrith 4, as it comes right this time, and Jenkins is tackled. Scott Sorensen on the field now for Penrith. He'll be my co-host of NRL Monday tomorrow night between 6:30 and 7:30. Scott Sorensen, and no doubt he'll be a bit battered and bruised, I'd suggest, after this game tonight. He's just out there now as Edwards plays the ball to Lussick. Goes left to McLean, up over the 30. He's taken by Clark over the top. Got 34 out from his own line. Last tackle, Cogger runs, kicks the ball inside the 42. A peak, he read that beautiful. Sprints to his right, takes it outside the 20, steps straight through Cogger. Caught by Papali'i, 11 short of halfway. Played to Martin. He goes left to Watney Gilles the arc. Runs across field. Ball away to Pereira. Then he links up with support Pompey. He steps straight past Tungor and Alamonte. Cogger around the legs. Great tackle. 32 out, but the Warriors look right on top at the moment. They lead 6-4. Ball played. Egan goes right, Fisher Harris. And he runs with great aggression into the defence. Caught 25 out from the line. 15 in from the eastern touchline. Egan goes right. It comes away to Clark. And Aaron Clark scored centre field, southern end. 22 away from the Penrith goal line. Now it's Egan. Works it right to Martin. Turns it on the inside to Ford. Got straight through one tackle. And now claimed 8 metres out. He beat Liam Henry. Couldn't beat Smith. Played on the last. It comes to the left to Clark. Then away to Martin. They got the numbers. Harris to beat a show and go. Then got a forward pass. Forward pass away to Adam Pompey. He claimed the try, but referee Jared Sutton was all over it. And it looked from this angle like it was forward. Change over. Penrith survives. 10 out from their own line. It remains Warriors 6, Penrith 4. 14 minutes 20 left in the half. To the touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, gee, the Warriors are asking the Penrith Panthers plenty of questions in defence, and they are really aiming up the Panthers. But the snappy passing is really a joy to see from down here on the touchline.
Here's Dylan Edwards now for Penrith. Tackled 25 out from his own line by Egan. Lussick goes left to Liam Henry. Wrapped up on his 30. And in there over the top there was Clark. Lussick comes left, Lindsay Smith away to Papa Lee. And 3 defenders are in there, including Leah Tower. 10 short of halfway. And also in there was Taymani Martin. Comes to the right now. Henry to Lindsay Smith. Caught centre field. 3 short of halfway. Last tackle Penrith, who are really struggling to find any field position at the moment. Cogger the kick from halfway. Midfield roost. Coming through Alamotti, but Tane Tuapiki catches it. No Penrith player even tried to take it. So Tuapiki has a 27 out from his own goal line. It's played, and they work it right. Tackle here coming on Pompey. 31 out from the Warriors line. Sprinting onto the field as a replacement now for the Warriors comes Tanner Stowers. Smith. Penrith give away another penalty. And this is 17 metres short of halfway against Liam Henry. And it was a tackle on Khan Pereira. So a couple of replacements now for the Warriors. Stowers Smith comes on. So does Vaimonga. And the Warriors with all the momentum here get the penalty 15 short of halfway, leading 6-4.
Well, I don't think the Panthers can afford to just keep giving away penalties and field position to this Warriors side. They've got a lot of strike out wide, and the Panthers are starting to do a little bit too much defence. I can see the fatigue slowly starting to set in, but good work by the Warriors. They're just doing everything a little bit quicker at the moment.
Stowers Smith from the tap, Louis, tackled 8 metres in Penrith territory. Egan, cut out ball right to forward, centre of the park, taken over the top by Papali'i. 35 out from the goal line. Now it's Egan. Goes back to the left to pass away Vaimonga. Short ball Halasima. The two very talented young back rowers are combining here as he's caught. 22 out from the line. 18 in from the eastern touchline by Martin. Egan floats it right. Dimitri Vaimonga up the middle. He's taken 14 out from the Penrith goal line. Warriors on the attack with a 6-4 lead. Stowers Smith goes right to Martin. Short ball away. Laban looking for a double. Taken 4 metres away. Last tackle Warriors. Egan. He goes himself to Stowers Smith. Goes without it. Dive bomb by Laban. Knock on Warriors. Change over Penrith. 10 out from their own line. 28 gone. Warriors 6, Penrith 4. I tell you what though, Luke, we spoke last week when Scott Sorensen did work with us on NRL Saturday about the resilience Penrith maintains and the pride they have in it, and that's shown here again tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. They keep turning up for each other. They keep turning the Warriors away, and I'll tell you what, you got some players who are playing back row, for example, there, and Liam Martin comes in right over the other side to stop that tackle. So a big play there by Liam Martin, but they're all doing a good job in defence on their goal line at the moment, the Panthers.
Here's Henry Setterfield. Tackled 27 out from his own line for Penrith. Midway through the tackle count, all the Warriors, Vaimonga gives away a set restart in the tackle. Second one the Panthers have received, and now they work it to within 11 metres of halfway. Ball played by McLean to Lussick. Blindside left it to Lungy. And he's going to be cleaned up here and flung to the ground, 3 short of halfway. In there was Vaimonga and Watney Jalesniak. Gee, there's some hair in those defenders. Comes to the right to Sorensen. He straightens now. Good strong leg right by Sorensen. Takes him 8 metres in Warriors territory. Took Stowers Smith and Ford for a run. Now Lussick goes right to Cogger. Switcheroo back to the left to Edwards. Drifts across field. Turns it into Lungy. He's caught 34 out from the goal line. Couple of tackles left here still for Penrith. Lussick to the right, Smith. Offloads to Cogger. Cut out ball away. But the defence comes across. Is that Garner on the field? It is. He's caught by Harris Tabeta and Khan Pereira. 19 out last play. Cogger, the kick from 18 out. Cross field. Watney Jalesniak flies through the air. But so does Casey McLean. He catches it and scores. Not too many snatched them away from TWZ, even DWZ. But Casey McLean has done it again. Half an hour gone. Penrith in front. Penrith 8, Warriors 6, and Casey McLean, Luke Lewis, has a double at the half-hour mark.
I tell you what, isn't he good under a high ball? He's been outstanding. I know he got beaten on one down there on his other end, but that was just unlucky. He got ripped out of his hand, but he sort of runs in, he sort of overruns the ball, then really late changes direction, puts his left hand up, grabs grabs it with one hand, palms off another Warriors player, and then slams the ball down for his second try tonight. Brilliant work there by Casey McLean.
Down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, great leap by Casey McLean. Also an excellent kick from Jack Cogger. So he's doing everything asked of him, Jack Cogger. And by the way, they were getting tired. They needed some ballers. A really good incisive run by Dylan Edwards, who's as fit as they come, and he's obviously got, fitness on his side, so he was a little bit fresher than some of his teammates. And to give you an idea, Andrew, the possession rate is 57% to the 57% of the Warriors, 43 to Penrith. So they've done a great job to be in front at this stage, and completions are up 95% or so from the Warriors.
Yes.
So Penrith to be in front is amazing.
Yeah, I just looked at that stat as you mentioned it, Jonty, and that's a very dominant Warriors, but Penrith in the lead. And again, they're getting the reward for the resilience. The good teams can still defend repeat possession against them. Here's Alamotti, moves in, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal for the Panthers. He's 1 out of 2. Penrith 10, Warriors 6, 8 minutes 43 to go. And on the text line, that is 0467 920 222. 0467 920 222. Andrew, in the odd couple, I believe the next player to throw his arms above his head when a team made his tackle should be Sinbin. Well, currently, if we're going to play that game, Freddie Lussick might be the favourite. Let me see. Lussick spends less time. Oh, here's another one. Flapping his arms at the ref. He could halve his service time at dummy half. Dead set. If he flaps anymore, he'll take off, says Brendan. So, okay, it's not just me that stays. Here's the kick-off. And it's being returned by the Panthers, 15 out from their own line. Sorensen, he just bounced away from the first attempted tackle. Now claimed 15 out from his own goal line by Stowers, Smith and Ford. Played to Lussick, left to Henry, and he swarmed upon about 16 out from his own line. Penrith with it, and back in front 10-6. Lussick out of dummy half. Not flapping here, just a pick up and go. And he scored 28 out from his own line by Ford and Stowers Smith. Good quick play the ball to Edwards. He takes off from dummy half, beats 2. Now put down 10 metres short of halfway. The leader in the ABC Player of the Year competition. Lussick, he kicks 5 short of halfway. Bounces down to Tuapiki. 15 out from his own goal line. Heads over the 20. Got past Talangi, and now he's caught. 31 out from his own line. 8 minutes left, 10-6 here in favour of the Penrith Panthers. Now what, Lesniak? Strong run and an offload back to Martin. He turns it into Leah Tower, and he's going to be caught about 8 metres short of halfway. Warriors with a footy. Good stuff here at Western Sydney Stadium as it's dummy half. Egan goes left away to Calm Pereira. Caught just short of halfway. Ball played Egan. Comes right, Stowers Smith. Right up the middle. Lussick, beautiful tackle around the ankles. That was Michael Speechley-esque. Played to Egan. Goes right to Marty Martin. Short ball Laban. Jacob Laban leaves one in his wake. Papali'i now taken by McLean and Talangi. 25 out for the goal line. Last tackle. Harris to beat the kick from 22 out. Jenkins against Watney Jalesniak. Watney Jalesniak tapped it into the head of Lindsay Smith. And off the Falcon, it bounces back to Edwards. He scored 8 out from his own line. 10-6 Panthers. 7 left in the half. Comes right to Jenkins, and he's wrapped up 15 out from his own line.
Yeah, they're just hanging in there still at the moment, the Panthers. They do look a little bit tired. They've done a lot of tackling, but they're having a little bit of success on this right edge with Laban. I'll be continuing to go there with the Warriors to make some easy meters, especially on Blaze Talangi at the moment. He's fallen off a few tackles.
So now Penrith with the ball on the eastern side, 14 metres short of halfway. Tungall plays it, and it comes back open side left. Some tough defence on Garner here, 8 short of halfway. Last play. Dummy half Lussick goes left. Talangi the kick. And down the right wing, straight down the throat of Watney Jalesniak. 21 out from his own line. Steps into McLean and Papali'i. And held is the call. 27 out from the Warriors line. Tell you what, Lou, I'm really enjoying this Sunday night footy thing. I never have really, because we haven't done many. And you listen on the way home. And I'm a bit over it, to be honest. But Sunday, maybe it's top of the table clash. I don't know, or the quality of this game, but it's awesome.
I think it's the quality of the game. And it's a very fast game. It's back and forth. There hasn't been too many stoppages.
Here's now Laban, who's been terrific for the Warriors on the right edge. He's taken 5 metres in Penrith territory by Sorensen. Played to Egan. Goes left to Vaimonga. And a 2-man tackle. Garner and Lussick brings him down. 36 out from the Penrith line. Egan. Left to Harris to beat for the kick on the last tackle. Backtracking is Edwards. He's got to fly through the air, and he comes down with it again, Dylan Edwards, and it's a penalty to Penrith as well. Going against Leka Halasima, and the referee pointing to the back of his head for Crusher. So it is a penalty to Penrith, 2 out from the goal line. Up flew Dylan Edwards spectacularly, and then Halasima got him over the top.
Yeah, definitely. He's been put on report there too, Halasima, but I think he'd be okay. It was just a beautiful take there by Dylan Edwards, and he just goes, as soon as he gets the ball, he sort of tries to go to ground. Halasima sort of nurses him down and just gets into that little bit of position just where he puts a bit of weight on the back of his upper back / neck. That is definitely a penalty sufficient. And another good disposal of a bomb there from Dylan Edwards.
That taken by Tungor, caught 15 short of halfway, 12 in from the eastern touchline. Penrith leading the Warriors 10 points to 6. Now they go open side left to Luke Garner, and Luke Garner's going to be claimed 4 metres short of halfway. 4 minutes 30 left in the first half. You're with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore. Sunday night NRL on ABC Sports. Sorensen, he's going to be caught centre field. 4 metres in Warriors territory. Played to Delasic, goes left to Smith to Cogger, then on to Papa Lee. Switch of direction, accelerated past Laban. Caught by Ford, 32 out from the goal line. Played to Lussick, centre field right to Edwards. Edwards a right foot step and nailed. 25 out from the goal line. Last tackle. Penrith go left. Lussick away, Cogger. Cut out ball, McLean. Look out away to Jenkins. Put on the left boot. And then dived on by Martin. Tackled by Martin. Reclaimed by Martin. Knocked on by Martin. He tried so hard to Marty Martin. Knock on. Great work by Tom Jenkins. It'll be a scrum feed here for Penrith. 10 out from the Warriors line with 3 minutes 46 to go in the half.
Challenge.
Let's have a listen to Jared Sutton.
Got kick on last tackle. On-field ruling is that Dallin hits it with his hand and it goes back into Penrith.
Hang on, hit it.
Move his hand.
Beats back of his hand, but he's saying he still went forward.
Yeah. And it hit Penrith player. That's what he's saying.
Jenkins put it off the left boot.
Dallin sticks his arm out, clearly playing at the ball.
Definitely knocked on by one.
Just the direction that it travels after that initial touch.
That looks forward for
Forward,
sure.
and it touches Jenkins anyway. As soon as it touches Jenkins, it's knock on.
He's put out his left hand and knocked it straight back into
After
the
the
Penrith
initial
player.
touch, ball travels forward into Thomas Jenkins, which is a knock-on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Knock on, guys. Penrith.
So the Warriors, Gibbsy, have put that in the bracket of absolutely wasted challenges.
Yeah, DW Zent's had a brain explosion there. I think he thought, well, maybe I didn't plan it. Well, plainly it's like when you change your gait for a charge down, or whatever you call it, when you change your hand, you stick it out. That's certainly a lost challenge. By the way, Freddie Lussick was also put on report, as was Leka Halasima. Freddie Lussick for a hair pull on DWZ.
No way. Okay, so Freddie Lussick on report for a hair pull. Thank you, Jonty. As here's Penrith from the tap, 8 metres out from the goal line. The ball played by Sorensen, comes left to Cogger, turns it into Lungy, drifts across field, straightens into Bonga, wrapped up 9 metres out from the goal line. He'll play the ball, Penrith. See, they're renowned for scoring late in the half, aren't they? Goes right to Edwards. Right foot stepping into heavy traffic. And it takes 3 to stop him. Halasima, Bonga, and one other over the top was Egan. 3 out from the line. Lussick spins it left to Smith. Then to Cogger. Cogger just jogs back into the defence. Easily taken by Ford and Ragbold, especially by Laban. 17 out from the line. Things considerably slower with Cogger at 7 other than Cleary. Now to Lungy. Goes on the inside to McLean. He tries to scythe his way through, but caught 10 out in front of the post. Last play, Lussick goes to his right to Cogger. Out the back to Edwards. Then quick hand from Tungo to Alamotti. Dive through the air. He's done it. What they Gillespie. Put the cape on. Scores a try in the quarter. Brilliant finish from Paul Alamotti. Great ball from Isaac Tungor. Penrith do it again before half-time. 2 minutes 30 to go. And it's now Penrith 14, the Warriors 6 here at Western Sydney Stadium. Luke Lewis.
Mate, it looked like Alamotti was flying through the air here. When he got the ball on that little quick tip on, he knew he didn't have a heap of room to work with. I'd love to see how far out he actually is, because we're pretty far away from it. But as he gets his ball off, is that Tungor? Boom, he jumps from about 3 metres out. 3 metres out and just flies in the air like Superman with one hand out in the air and goes, I'm going to get this down. Boy, straight in the corner. How good's that?
Brilliant from Alamotti. John Gibbs on the touchline.
Fantastic. This is just testimony, though, and really it is reward for the defence of Penrith. It has been outstanding, and that was a double whammy because on the other side of the field, that northwestern corner, we've had a just ridiculous challenge from Dallin Watney-Zalesniak. So not only did they score a try in that northeastern corner with the dive from Alamotti, they've lost their challenge as well. But you must remember their completions have been just about perfect, the Warriors, and somehow Penrith's been able to hold them at bay, and now they've got a big lead just before half-time.
Louis, I could have gone with the Superman theme, but for some reason I thought the Rocky theme was more appropriate at that point. Here's Alamotti, 22 out, just in from the eastern touchline.
You know the Superman theme?
Or maybe it's a minute 12 to go in the half, and it's late Sunday night. And just call the football, you idiot. 14-6 in favour of Penrith. Here's Alamotti. I thought you were going to give me the Superman theme there.
Actually, don't know.
1 from 2. Moves in now with the right boot. Alamotti strikes it, heading towards the post. He's kicked that. That's brilliant from Paul Alamotti. He's 2 out of 3, and it's a 10-point lead. Penrith over the Warriors here at Western Sydney Stadium. 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. Daintree Dragon says relief for the win. I reckon the game Panthers-Warriors is the guide to the premiership either way. Andrew Louis Gibbsy, Cowboys played like poop. Ain't happy, says Jojen Mackay from a Cowboys fan. Here's a morsel for Jonty. Panthers haven't conceded a try from a kick this year. Go Raiders, says Hamish. Are you aware of that morsel, Gibbsy?
Tonight I wasn't, but I certainly remember bringing it up last time that they played. So obviously over the last couple of rounds they've kept that intact. So that's pretty impressive.
And Dougie says you should look at the moon from out here, outback New South Wales, Kidman Way, on the way to Cobar. 7 cans in, loving the cork pies. Well, thank you, Dougie. That's a lot of cans of tennis balls for you guys to be playing with. As now it comes to the left, Penrith with the ball. They have it. That looks like Billy Phillips on the field. Is tackled 12 metres short of halfway by Egan. Plays the ball to Lussick. Goes right to Smith. Lindsay Smith goes into Stowers Smith and also Egan right on halfway. 16-6 to Penrith. 23 seconds left and they're already into Warriors territory here. Tackle made on Phillips. 7 metres in Warriors half. Last play. Comes to the right. Cogger. Runs at the defence. Puts up the kick. It's very shallow. Alamotti following it. Up he goes against Pereira. Ball spews out the back and over the eastern touchline, and it's going to be a changeover to the Warriors, but there's only 3 seconds to go, and they won't even get play back underway. Siren sounds. What a high-quality first half of the footy. I know by and large the Origin players aren't out there. Casey McLean is one who is, and hasn't he shown his class. Penrith 16. Warriors 6 for the Panthers tries to Casey McLean in the 6th minute and also the 30th. Paul Alamotti in the 38th minute. Alamotti has kicked 2 goals from 3 attempts. Freddie Lussick on report for a hair pull. 2 restarts. For the Warriors a try to Jacob Laban in the 17th minute. Adam Pompey 1 from 1 and Leka Helasima on report in the 35th minute for Crusher. 1 unsuccessful challenge, 2 restarts. The penalties are 3 apiece. But in the end at half-time, Luke Lewis, it's the Panthers by 10, 16-6 over the Warriors.
Yeah, well, look, the Panthers, for me, it's all their goal-line defence has been absolutely brilliant. They've been under the pump. They've been, the Warriors have been peppering them, and they just keep turning up and getting the job done. And Casey McLean's been outstanding on this left edge, comes up with 2 great tries. But they're not doing anything special for me as their defence and their kick chase has been brilliant. And I think that the Warriors, they haven't done too much wrong. They've come up with a couple of little errors and probably a bad challenge, but they're completing sets, they're getting up the other end. They just can't break that defensive line of the Panthers.
Yeah, I feel like over the last 6 or 7 years, Louis, we've kind of thought that a lot. Yeah, they might not be doing anything too special, but they're doing this and they're doing that, and they're up by 10 at half-time. Touchline, John Gibbs.
I said the defence has been superb, and I've been witness to it because it was the Warriors that were peppering the line of the Panthers, and they came up with a snappy ball play, and the only way they could score was a magnificent leap by Jacob Laban, getting over the top of none other than Casey McLean, who arguably is the best best man in the game aerially. So it was a tremendous effort. Their application and their commitment to defence was fantastic, and then they came up with some pretty good scoring of their own. And just to give you an idea how impressive it is, the Warriors, when they get back-to-back sets, if they have at least eight tackles in a row, they score more tries than any other side. But the Panthers are some way been able to slide and kick them out. This has been a quality first half. And Andrew, you're liking this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you because it's 1 versus 2 and we're seeing high quality rugby league.
And also, Gibbsy, Jen from Swansea has sent me a text who says, so great to hear you on fire, Andrew. Moonific ? And look at the score. What does it add up to? This is for you, Gibbsy.
22.
22, baby. It strikes again. Thank you, Sharon. Harry from Gerringong. Why don't New South Wales pick Jackson Ford for them? He's leading in Dally in points so far, and he's a workhorse in the middle. A lot of people asked that after leading into the first game. Hey, Andrew, listening to the Penrith Warriors game tonight, enjoying your call. So pleased for my Saints with a great win over the Bronx, the best football they've played all year. When the Saints go marching in from Brett at Warhove. Good on you, Brett. I'm glad you're smiling. Enjoy your call tonight, Maury, with Louie and Gibbsy. Can I just say that Billy Moore's 3 points to Haas is one of the most disappointing selections ever, especially when how good the Dragons went today. And in the words of the great Luke Lewis, run at me, says Tony from Parks. That's going to stick forever and a day, Luke Lewis. Maury, totally agree. Top team calling top of the table. I'm tuning in while cooking some lamb, potatoes and broccolini. Yummo. I would have listened with the regular Sunday night late team and they would have done an awesome call as always. But this is a massive game for this round. I'm glad you guys got it, and I'll do my best to not dry out the meat whilst delaying feeding the family and inevitably being told to turn the radio off. Go the Panthers. Kel, we appreciate your work in the kitchen and B, your loyalty to us. Half-time, 16-6. Penrith over the Warriors after earlier the Canberra Raiders defeated North Queensland in Canberra 26-12, and the Dragons are on the board. Their first win in 15 games, beating Brisbane 30-26. Luke Lewis, John Gibbs, I'm Andrew Moore here on ABC Sport, NRL Sunday night. Back with the second half, but for now, let's head to the ABC newsroom.
This is ABC News with David Rowlands. Australian Defence Minister Richard Marles says the US decision to provide 3 second-hand Virginia-class nuclear submarines instead of 2 old ones and a new one will save money and make it easier for the Navy to operate. During an AUKUS Defence Ministers meeting on the sidelines of the Shangri-La Dialogue in Singapore, the US committed to delivering 3 Virginia-class submarines from the 2030s, a timeline previously in doubt due to US industrial capacity. Mr. Marles says the decision will take pressure off US shipyards and facilitate operations for Australia's Navy.
We need to place a premium on simplicity. What we will have here is a much simpler pathway. It will mean that the Virginia-class submarines that we are acquiring will all be of the same type, and I cannot overstate the significance of that.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country has received a new Iris-T air defence launcher from Germany. He says, however, that Ukraine still needs more air defence ammunition. Mr. Zelensky says it also needs missiles for air defence systems to have sufficient capabilities to repel Russian attacks. The Bureau of Meteorology is warning that destructive winds across the south of WA won't ease until tomorrow. Samantha Girling has more.
An intensive low pressure system is tracking east, bringing destructive winds to the southwest land division. The Weather Bureau is warning people from Lanceland to Albany to brace for stronger winds this evening, with gusts tipped to reach up to 130 kilometres per hour. Already, the State Emergency Service has recorded more than 100 calls for assistance. Homes have been without power and flooding has forced the closure of some roads in Perth. The Bureau expects the risk of destructive winds and storm surges to shift towards southeastern WA tomorrow before easing on Monday night.
An 11-year-old autistic boy missing from the western Perth suburb of Mount Claremont since around 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon has been found safe and well. The boy has been reunited with his family, and WA Police have thanked the community for their support and assistance during the search. Further charges have been laid against a man who allegedly set a home alight, sparking a large blaze north of Brisbane. A 36-year-old man was initially charged with 1 count of arson as a domestic violence offence. Police have since charged him with 3 counts of attempted murder as a domestic violence offence and 2 further counts of arson. He's expected to appear in the Brisbane Magistrates Court tomorrow. ACT Police have released details of 2 serious but separate incidents in the same Canberra suburb overnight. James Viver has the story.
At about 3 a.m, ACT Fire and Rescue were called to a house fire on Clift Crescent in Richardson, where a home was significantly damaged before the blaze was extinguished. The fire has been deemed suspicious and police will conduct a forensic examination of the site. In a different incident yesterday, police seized 11 cannabis plants, dried cannabis, hydroponic equipment, anabolic steroids and suspected methamphetamine during a search of a Richardson property. 2 air guns and a gel blaster were also found. A 43-year-old man has been charged with drug and firearm offences and will face court tomorrow.
An installation honouring Mexico's killed and disappeared journalists has been unveiled in Mexico City in a ceremony bringing together reporters, press freedom advocates and relatives of victims. The memorial seeks to preserve the memory of at least 200 killed journalists and around 35 who are still missing in the country since 2000, while demanding justice in cases that largely remain unresolved. The monument joins Mexico City's growing network of anti-monuments, which are citizen-led memorials installed in public places to keep victims' cases visible and push authorities for accountability. To sport, and Socceroos coach Tony Popovich says Australia's 1-0 World Cup warm-up loss to Mexico at the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena hasn't drastically changed the makeup of his squad for the upcoming tournament in the US, which will be named tomorrow. Mexico's Johan Vasquez scored the game's only goal after 27 minutes, with the Socceroos on the back foot for most of the first half. Australia responded with an improved second period showing, but were unable to fashion an equaliser. Popovich, who picked a largely experienced starting 11, says he was pleased that key players were able to notch some important game time ahead of the tournament, which starts on June the 12th.
I wouldn't say that, we had several players needing to do something extraordinary today to get picked. We wanted to see players get more minutes.
This is ABC News.
The biggest stars in the women's game
Harmanpreet Kaur launches this all the way for 6.
are set to light up your winter nights.
Down the track comes Mooney. Cover drives to the boundary.
When ABC Sport brings you the ICC Women's T20 World Cup. Every game live and uninterrupted. Direct from England and Wales.
Big 6 from Phoebe Litchfield.
It all starts Saturday, June 13 on ABC Listen.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
8 out right in front of the Northern Sticks. Ball played to Lussick. He comes left on the last to Cogger. Then away to McLean. McLean straight past Rodney Gillespie. And Panther hit the deck Papalee. There might be an obstruction. Try to Penrith, but we'll see. We're going to the bunker.
Right. Looking at the lead runner here, and then he holds up the ability of the defence to slide across.
Casey McLean runs through here. There's no obstruction we're playing on.
It is officially a try to Penrith. A metre out from the goal line. Last tackle. Egan goes right. Crossfield kick. Harris to Vida. Near the goal line. Up they go. What a catch by the Warriors. They've got it and score the try. Claiming the try looks to be Jacob Laban. It is. Warriors hit back. 19 out last play. Cogger, the kick from 18 out. Crossfield, Watney Gillespie flies through the air. But so does Casey McLean. He catches it and scores. Not too many snatched them away from TWZ, even DWZ. But Casey McLean has done it again. Half an hour gone. Penrith in front. Last play, Lussick goes to his right to Cogger. Out the back to Edwards. Then quick hand from Tungo to Alamotti. Dive through the air. He's done it. Watney Gillespie. Put the cape on. Scores the try in the corner. Brilliant finish from Paul Alamotti.
Rugby League is on your radio. The 2026 NRL Premiership. ABC Sport Digital Radio and ABC Listen.
High-quality game here at Western Sydney Stadium on a Sunday night. And it's 16-6. Penrith leading the Warriors, and 3 tries to 1, as you heard, in the first half. We're with you until 8:30 tonight, hopefully in the post-game show. A couple of interviews with Jonty, the Player of the Year points from Louis, a wrap of the weekend, and also the wow moment of the weekend. And there have been many to choose from. Your text, welcome 0467 920 222. Team, you seem to indicate Panthers have a policy of giving away 6 agains on the first tackle, a tactic that takes advantage of the rules. Got to close the loophole, says Woody. Look, they deny it, and even our mate and colleague Scott Sorensen says we don't do it on purpose. Made a very big point of that last weekend, but I think evidence might be to the contrary. Mark, you mentioned Sunday night games. Aren't we going to see it most weeks next year with 9 games a week? Yeah, I reckon we will, although that hasn't been confirmed yet by the NRL, exactly how that schedule will look week in, week out. Jake from Wilberforce, hi team. Just wanted to give Ned Hall a rap for his fantastic debut rugby league call last night. He performed well. Also, go the Panthers. I'm glad you did, Jake. As I said earlier today, could have been as smooth and as good a debut calling the NRL as I've ever heard. So very proud and happy for Ned. Dragons finally win a game after 9.5 months, but if we do some maths, we can get some very cool results. The score was 30 to 26. The margin of the game was 4 points. The losing score, which was 26, minus the margin of 4 equals 22. Skippy sent me an email. The Canberra Raiders have beaten the Cowboys after an 8-year drought at Canberra Stadium. The score 26 to 12, 26 minus 12, 2.2 rounded. Moral of the story, Dragons can only win once in a blue moon, and the number 22 is just everywhere in footy this weekend. Angelo, that's much, much too intelligent for my simple head. Guys, Billy Moore not giving his ABC points to a forward is as unlikely as Alan Tongue not giving either his 1, 2 or 3 to a hooker, says John and the Sunshine Coast. Enjoying your call, boys, as always. Sharkies are my team. Cheers, Luke Lewis. Great call again, Andrew, from the Panthers supporter in Emerald, Queensland. Go the Dragons. About time we got a win from Jess at Yorkie's Knob. Always love hearing from anyone at Yorkie's Knob. Cal Savers to plate. Love the broccolini from Brendan. As it stands right now, Penrith currently leading the competition on 22 points. But if the Warriors win, we'll have 2 teams on top. Wow, says Tony from Bondi. And Andrew, my personal opinion, I think Laurie Daly could do worse than starting with Casey McLean in Origin 2 from Allen at Long Jetty. Both teams back for the second half. Warriors firstly, Luke Lewis. What was their mindset coming into this second half, do you think?
Well, I don't know. They've been going, we played pretty well. We didn't make too many errors, and we had a lot of opportunity on the Penrith goal line. We just got to be a little bit more clinical, I suppose, when they're getting their skill right. They come up with that forward pass where Murray Martin went through. If he had got that right, it would have been a little bit of a different scoreline, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. I think they'll be a little bit shocked on how good the Panthers are playing under strength.
Penrith looked to me, Louis, like a team that said, "Don't worry, coach, we got you."
Yep, and you know what? This is where it builds a lot of character. These games, and I'm a big believer in this, 16 was the same. You win these games with your players out, mate. The amount of confidence it gives is huge.
Work to do though. It's 16-6, and they're up against the second best team in the comp. Tane Tuapigi to get us underway. Warriors running right to left as you look at your radio, your phone, whatever your device is. And they're defending the southern end of Western Sydney Stadium. Jared Sutton blows time on, and Tane Tuapigi sends the ball down to the 10-metre line. Cogger sprints in after it, takes the catch, and has to return it himself because the forwards both overran it. And Cogger sprinted maybe too quickly into that. 14 out from the Penrith line. Played to Lussick. He sends the ball centre field left. And now the tackle's going to be made on Sorensen, right on the Penrith 20. Ford was involved with Egan. Played to Lussick, goes left to Lindsay Smith. And a Vimong as Stour Smith, good tackle. About 27 out from the Penrith line. 19 in from touch eastern side. Lussick goes right to Billy Phillips. Runs into a 3-man tackle. And he's claimed 32 out from his own line. Penrith 16, Warriors 6. Lussick Sends it left to Lung. He takes on the line, but Bayamonga is in there over the top with Ford, and he hits the deck 8 metres short of halfway and 20 in from the eastern touchline. Last play, Lussick goes right to Cogger, kicks from outside the 40, straight down the throat of Balpiano Pereira. With the catch, 17 out from his own line, runs across field, can't find a way through. Great chase by Sorensen, and Freddie Lussick in particular with Billy Phillips on the 20-metre line. Play to Harris Tavita, goes right to a Pecky, knocked to the deck unceremoniously by Lussick. 24 out from the Warriors line, and he's staying down, Tane Tuapiki. Struggling to get to his feet. The Panthers fans let him know what they think. And it's a penalty, and on report, Luke Garner for the tackle. Did he deem it to be high? It's a shoulder to the head by the looks of things, Louis, and a penalty goes to the Warriors, and Luke Garner on report.
Yeah, it's not forceful to the head, but he's sort of, Tane Tuapiki's head's sort of coming down. As he's coming around to wrap him, he does hit him in the shoulder. So I can understand the penalty. I wouldn't think you'd have too much to worry about when it comes to the report. You'd probably get a little bit of a fine maybe, but yeah, it's a right call.
I love you footballers. Wasn't that forceful? That would have sent me crying in the fetal position for about 3.5 hours. From the tap, Warriors have it, 8 metres in Penrith territory. 16-6 Panthers. Great opportunity here with field position for the Warriors as it's played by Pompey to Egan. Goes right to Stowers-Smith. He's caught 33 metres out from the Penrith line by Phillips. Plays it to Egan. Sends it a long ball right. Martin got it away to Ford. Beautiful tackle down low by Lussick. He's playing well, Freddie Lussick, in the absence of Mitch Kenny. 25 out from the line. Egan goes left. Bayamonga, quick hands. Martin away to Laban, and he's standing in the tackle about 12 metres out from the Penrith line. 15 in from touch, western side. Held is the call. Finally getting him off is Luke Garner, who gives away another penalty late in the tackle count. Garner. Here's Ford up the middle. He's caught about 3 metres out from the goal line. So 2 more restarts in a row for the Warriors. Comes left to Laban. He's taken 7 metres out from the goal line. Garner over the top. Dummy half is Egan. Comes to the right. Good ball away by Monga. Links up with Martin. Got it away to support. And now the tackle is going to be made on the Warriors replacement 2 metres out. And that was Murata Niokore. Now on the next play. They're 2 out again. Stowers-Smith caught by Garner. Play to Wigan. Short side left. Martin. He links up. Harris Tavita steps in and away from Tungor. But now he's taken by Lindsay, Smith and Edwards. 1 metre out from the goal line. He'll play it with 2 tackles left for the Warriors. Down by 10. Pompey dummy half. Spiralling ball right to Wigan. Out the back by Monga. Right foot step. Claimed. 8 metres out. Great tackle around the legs by Cogger. Last play. Harris Tavita. Short side left. He dummies. Holds the ball up, caught 1/2 metre out, reaches out, can't get it down, I don't believe. We're going to the bunker though.
Have no try, mate. Just have a look here when he reaches. The ball always stays up, then at the last minute he's reaching to ground it.
There was certainly
He puts it down short and loses it in attempting to ground it.
Sorry, Jared. There was certainly no excitement being generated from Chanel Harris Tavita or his teammates, Louis.
No, not by his teammates, but he was definitely going, yeah, got it down like that. So
how'd he go?
Got it down, put him hand up like, yes, that's my question. But it'd be interesting to see here in this slow-mo, there's 3 or 4 players around him. When's he held too, by the way?
Sorensen underneath.
Stage and up.
And Edwards underneath. And Garner underneath. Pretty clever if he found the way down. And now hands are coming off the ball, hands are going on the ball.
Hands still up. And
Based on that being our best angle, we'll be supporting the on-field decision that the ball's grounded short and held up on the last tackle.
And just what did he do again, Harris Tavita, to indicate he may have scored?
He put his hand up to go and ask him a question.
And what did he say?
Yes, sir, got it down.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, that was definitely just short of the line, so they threw everything at them. It took a long time to get that result. But again, the Warriors haven't been able to breach that defensive line. Their slide and commitment to teammates, Penrith, in defence is amazing.
Yeah, it's the best in the competition by far in that regard, Jonty, as here's from the restart. Penrith 8 out from their own line. Tungor plays it. Alamotti now mauled to the ground on his own 10-metre line. They gave away a penalty and back-to-back restarts and still hold them out. Lussick sends it open side left to Sorensen. He's shoved across field, put to the ground, or no, in fact, he stands hands in the tackle, 11 metres out from the goal line. Said it's a similar crowd to last night. Turns out to be true. Ralph Tucker just letting me know it's 17,640. Thank you, Ralphie. 17,640 here at Western Sydney Stadium. A ground Penrith fans don't seem to love coming to. Kick downfield by Talangi from inside the 30. Tuapiggi's back there with a catch. 22 out from his own line. Heads up over the 30. Then runs across field. Straightens Tuapiggi, a very dangerous broken field runner. But he's caught him 9 metres short of halfway by Garner. Plays the ball. And Harris Tavita centre left to Fiona Camperera. He's caught a metre short of halfway. Penrith 16, Warriors 6. 5 gone second half. What an Angel Lesniak straight up the middle. Great run. Beat one and he's hurt Garner. Now plays it. Comes left Towers Smith. Dragged to the ground 28 metres out from the line by Phillips. He'll play the ball western side to Wigan. Comes centre field right. Firemonger away to Marty Martin. Got it to Tuapiggi. Quick hands. Leah Tower to what an Angel Lesniak. Steps in field. But McLean's over there. So is Jenkins, so is Talangi, so is Papali'i, and they shove him very close to the touchline. Plays it now. Leah Tower comes to the left on the last. Kick by Tamati Martin and dragged down by Laban. Knocked down to the Panthers. Garner's got it for Penrith. 12 out from his own line. 5 minutes 30 gone second half. Penrith 16, Warriors 6. They continue to hold on magnificently here. The Panthers. There's now a good run from Tungor. Takes him to the 20.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just their defence, just hanging them in there. They're so good at it. Everyone doing a job for each other. They are struggling, though, to get out of their own end and get a little bit of field position at the moment. So the Warriors just got to be smart. Don't give away any set restarts or any penalties here.
So now left to Penrith, Tom Jenkins. He's caught 12 short of halfway. Round the grounds, AFL first quarter in Perth. West Coast 7, leading Essendon 0. Cogger takes on the line, but fell 2 short of halfway by Egan. Plays it to Lussick, goes left to Edwards midfield, then away to Lungi to Papali'i. Isaiah scoots past one tackle, still going Isaiah Papali'i, and he's going to be claimed only 30 metres out from the goal line. Plays it on the last tackle to Lussick, short side left, the kick from Talangi, down to the southeast corner, Tane Tuapiggi, up they go. McLean couldn't come down with it cleanly, recovered by Tanner Stowers-Smith in goal. The ball ends up over the dead ball line, but McLean had knocked it on. It'll be a changeover to the Warriors. 10 out from their own line. 6 minutes 40 gone second half. We check in downstairs, John Gibbs.
Unfortunately, you don't see that very often that he didn't take that McLeanly, Casey, but it was a good effort by the Penrith side to get down this end of the field. They haven't been here for quite a while. They're both completing these two sides at about 90%, and it is quite brutal. That was a great run on the edge also by Papali'i.
Warriors up to their own 30. Gibbsy, you arrived at work at about 11 a.m. Have you been working on that McLeanly all day?
Oh, here goes Tuapiggi. Wow. No, I haven't, because I didn't expect him to drop one.
Can you make that noise again?
Tuapiggi.
Caught 8 metres in Penrith's half. Played to Wigan. Goes left Harris to Vita. The kick from 42 metres out. He's 70 years young, ladies and gentlemen. Kick taken by Edwards. 5 out from his own line. Wonderful chase by Laban. And the tackle finished by Ford. 8 out from the Penrith line. Played to Cogger. Goes left now. Through hand. Oh, McLean gets a wayward pass. Terrible pass from Talangi. But McLean picks it up. And then he's nailed. What a great tackle that was coming across from Vayamonga. And now Penrith still scooting downfield over the 30. Talangi. He gets to halfway. And he's dragged to the ground. Loses his pants too. There are blue moons everywhere. Played. Comes to the right to Edwards. 40 metres out from the line. Quick hands. Cogger. Got the pass away now to Alamotti. Steps in field. Throws it out the back to nobody. Scooped up by Tungor. He sends it left away to Edwards. Edwards over the 30. Ball on to Sorensen. He throws it out the back to Edwards. Over the 20 to Papali'i. They've got numbers. Flick ball to Lindsay Smith. Back to the right to Phillips. Phillips says, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just going to run straight and get tackled 18 out. Ball played. Lussick. Left to Edwards, then away to Lungi, fires a pass, cut out, double cut out, well held by Jenkins, wrapped up 10 out from the line, last tackle Penrith, played to Papali'i, he comes right to Lungi, takes on the line himself, he gets to the goal line and forced short of the line, desperate defence, what a set. 9 gone second half, and it's 16-6 Penrith over the Warriors. Louis, this is fantastic stuff.
I'll tell you what, I love that set for the Panthers. It wasn't the most perfect set, but it was beautiful passing, and there was a couple of balls that were hitting the ground, but they just wanted to attack, and Blaise Talangi really played a big role in that part there, but I thought they had the Warriors absolutely shot, so you got to give him a bit of credit there, the Warriors. They kept scrambling, they did turn them away at the end of the day.
Fisher Harris back on the field now for the Warriors. Their fourth interchange. They have 4 left. They're on their own 10. Egan goes left to Fisher Harris. Runs into Cogger and Smith and Sorensen and tackled. 18 metres out from his own line. 9 minutes 30 already gone in this second half. It's flying by. 16-6 Penrith. Warriors on their 30. Egan goes on a run. Goes left to Harris. Tavita over the 40. Held up now by Phillips, Sorensen and Garner on the deck. 6 metres short of halfway. Last tackle Warriors. Egan sends it right. The kick downfield by Martin. End over end. Shallow to Edwards with the catch. 18 out from his own line. Over the 20. Heads to the 30, and that's where he's going to be stopped. 30 out from the Penrith line. Half an hour to go. Score hasn't changed since half-time. Cogger goes left to Alamotti. In off the wing, and he's caught midfield. 15 metres short of halfway. Plays the ball to Cogger. Left to Jenkins. Left foot step. Got straight past Marie Martin, and now caught 8 metres short of halfway by Ford. Plays the ball. Now the dummy half. Lussick ran straight into the marker. Forward the tackle easily enough. 5 short of halfway. Edwards gets into dummy half. Goes right to Lindsay Smith. Stowers Smith is there with Harris, Tavita and Laban. 3 metres in Warriors territory. Last tackle, Penrith. Lussick goes short side right to Cogger. The kick from 44 metres out. Straight down to Apiki's throat. 10 out from the Warriors goal line. He accelerates immediately. Straight through Garner and Alamotti. He's over the 30. Look out. Over the 40. Edwards is there. Knocks into the deck. Finished off by Lindsay Smith. Geez, exciting Tane Tuapiki. We're talking in the pre-game show about exciting young fullbacks. He's as good as any of them. Warriors now 6 metres in Penrith's half. The ball played to Harris Tavita. It comes away to the right. Egan now to Martin. Martin a delayed pass on to the player Halasima. Or is it near Corey? It's near Corey, 38 out. They come back to the left side. The tackle made on Fisher Harris. What a driving run that is to within 21 of the line. He took Phillips with him. Plays it to Egan. Goes left to Martin. Then away to Harris. Tavita. Bang! What a tackle coming in there from Isaac Tungor. Hit him with everything. Last tackle. Martin 18 out. Runs to the left. Offloads to Laban. Laban takes him on himself. He can't offload. Changeover. Penrith defence survives again. 11 minutes 40 gone second half. Penrith 16, Warriors 6. How can you not love this game, Louis?
Yeah, it's got everything, has it? Both sides just going end-to-end stuff. But what about the contact as well? By Tungor here, he sees an opportunity come up and in, uses his shoulder, gets shoulder on shoulder, perfectly timed shot, and that is outstanding there from the Panthers. But the Warriors have got all the field position and looking sharper. They just can't break this Penrith defensive line.
So now it is the Panthers with the footy. Casey McLean, strong run. Caught 10 short of halfway. Played to Lussick. Lussick, he gets it away to Edwards. To the left to Lungi to Papali'i. What Nigel now get off the wing with the tackle along with Martin. 5 metres in Warriors half. 19 in from the eastern touchline. Lussick comes centre field right to Cogger. Turns it into Phillips. Knocked to the deck. 9 metres in Warriors territory. Last tackle, Penrith. Lussick sends it right. Cogger from 40 metres out. Down to the southwest corner. Underneath it, Cam Pereira 5 out from his own goal line. Darts across field. He's so quick. Got away from Talangi. Got away from Papali'i. Knocked to the ground by McLean. Finished off by Jenkins. 18 out from the Warriors line. Aaron Clark returns to the field now for the Warriors, replacing Stowers Smith, Tanner Stowers Smith. And a set restart comes here for the Warriors as well. That is their 5th of the night as the Warriors now head up to their own 30-metre line. 27 minutes to go. Penrith 16, Warriors 6. Egan. Short ball right to Clark. He's on his back, 11 short of halfway. Plays the ball now to Egan. Comes left Fisher Harris. Gee, we're great for the Warriors. That's another good run. Makes it a metre in Penrith territory. Caught there by Lussick and Lindsay Smith. What about the workload for Freddie Lussick? Clark to the right. Taman E. Martin gets it away to Nicola. And he's caught by 3 Panthers. 39 out from the Penrith line. 20 metres in from touch on the eastern side. Egan, dummies left. Goes short side right to Martin. Burns and beat Talangi as he's falling. Got the pass away. Juggle, no trouble for Tane Tuapiki. try. This is a high-quality game. The Warriors are in next to the post. 14 gone second half, and it's now 16-10 in favour of Penrith over the Warriors here at Western Sydney Stadium. And it was set up beautifully by Tamati Martin, burning past Blaze Talangi and Tame Tuapigi backing up Luke Lewis.
Yeah, good work here by Team Murray Martin down that short side. Good communication with Wade Egan. He just holds the ball in two hands. Looks like he's going to throw a bit of a dummy or a cutout pass. And then you got, I think it was Moses Leota that misses him. Yeah, but it is. And he just as he's tripping over, it looks up on the inside. And he got Tane Tuapigi just pushing up, waiting for the pass. Hits him on the chest. A little bit of a juggle, but goes over and scores a great try. He deserves a try, Tane Tuapigi. He's been brilliant for the Warriors.
And it was his first run in that set that really set it up, Jordan Gibbs, on the touchline.
It sure was, and they're under pressure because Penrith were peppering their line. They needed to score first in their second half because Penrith have been in a mood. This has been a magnificent contest, but Tamati Martin, he did something similar when he came on to replace Tanner Boyd when Tanner Boyd went down during Magic Round, but the backing up there from Tane Tuapigi is fantastic as well. What a game.
This is awesome. Here's Pompey, 10 out right in front to get the Warriors to within 4 with 24 and a half minutes still to play. Pompey, right foot kicker, moves in and guides it right between the sticks. He's 2 out of 2. Penrith 16, Warriors 12, NRL Sunday night on ABC Sport with 24 and a half to go. Text 0467 920 222. Why wasn't Garner sin binned, asked Francis. Certainly didn't look like a sin binnable offence.
No, I didn't think it was.
Not everyone's the same. Every incident's the same, Francis. Back in my day, we used to have a 22-metre line. Maybe we should start calling the 22 again and refer to it as the Gibbsy line. John from Hobart. I love it, but that would confuse me. A Luke Lewis line and a Jonty line. Here's at least Jonty's one there, and the 22 used to exist.
Mine is Vivid.
Here's the kick. No, mate, Vivid's a light show.
Right.
Yours is a dream show. Here's the kickoff. Fisher Harris has it for the Warriors. Caught 14 out from his own line, but you know what I love? That you can still see it.
It's mowed in perfect.
Ball played. Comes open side left in there, Corey. He's wrapped up outside his 20. Scoreline 16-12 in favour of the Penrith Panthers, as now it's Penrith right in centre field having to defend. The Warriors get within 15 of halfway. Dummy half is Wade Egan. The crowd's so engaged in all of this. Comes right to Apigi. He's crashed to the ground, 6 short of the halfway mark. Plays the ball to Egan. Comes centre field left. They move over halfway through Clark. Claims 7 metres in Penrith territory. Plays it on the last tackle to Egan. Comes left Harris to Vita. Puts up the kick. 4 of them chasing through. Goes down to the right wing, caught by Alamotti. He's nailed by Cam Pereira, 12 metres out from the goal line. Penrith with the ball, played to Cogger. Goes left to Isaac Tungor. He's going to be wrapped up now, 20 metres out from his own goal line. Penrith with the ball, Cogger. Goes left to Dylan Edwards. Edwards straightens into Fisher, Harrison Ford, and one other Clark, 30 metres out from his own line. 16-12, Penrith lead the Warriors, 17 gone second half. Now Jenkins. Middle of the park. He's caught 12 metres short of halfway. Plays the ball to Lussick. Comes to the right to Moses Leota. He's been good. And his old cohort, Fisher Harris, has been good. But here he's taken by Laban. 4 short of halfway and Harris to Vita. On the last, short side right to Cogger. He puts up the kick for Tuapigi. And Alamotti leads the chase. Tuapigi the catch. And a great tackle by Alamotti. 19 out from the Warriors line western side. Played to Cam Pereira. Works it right to Pompey. And Adam Pompey runs into a 3-man tackle. Phillips was there with Lindsay Smith and Papali'i. 28 out from the Warriors line. 17 minutes 30 gone second half. And the scoreline is 16-12. Here they shift it to the right. Coming back towards centre field for the Warriors is Vaimonga. He's going to be caught on his own 30-metre line. It was Leotau. It's Leotau. Ball played to Egan. Goes right. And a strong run from Watney Gillespie arc. And he gains about 12. Caught 8 short of halfway. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Egan sends it left to Ford. Wrapped up beautifully down low by Leota on halfway. Played on the last to Egan. Comes left to Martin. He puts in a wobbly-looking kick. Oh, he falls over. Does the Penrith player coming through is Cam Pereira, and he's had an absolute nightmare. Paul Alamotti has had a shocker. He slipped and fell, and Cam Pereira scores. 16 all in the top of the table clash. 21 and a half to go. Kick to come. Try to calm Pereira. Push and shove in goal. But the Warriors are now getting the reward, Luke Lewis.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen that. A full slip just as he's about to take the ball. He puts himself in the position to get it. And then he goes, oh, hang on, I've got to move forward a little bit. And as he just moved forward, he pushed off his right foot. The ground goes from underneath him. He slips straight over. The ball bounces right in front of him and goes towards the in goal there of the mighty Panthers. And Pereira couldn't believe his luck and gets another try. As simple as that. Warriors 16, Panthers 16, kick to come.
Not looking so mighty just at the moment. Penrith try, scored and finished off by Alfiana Pereira. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, he just fell over Alan White. You know who gave it to him? James Fisher-Harris. And what about if you're on the ground? You don't need to be on the ground and give a start to Pereira. Pereira now, in case you've missed it, he's played 61 games. This is his 61st game, and that is his 62nd try. Probably won't get any easier than that. And just by the way, in a similar spot to where that ball bounced was where the big tackle by Isaac Tungor was on Chanel Harris-Tavita. He was placed on report for that tackle.
Okay, thank you, Jonty. 16 all. And 21 and a half still to play.
You've got to feel flat of body on that one, don't you? He just standing there and just slips over as easy as that.
The only thing I didn't like was seeing him smile straight after.
No, he was smiling at Fisher-Harris being cheeky.
Now they've been called out, the captain.
Discussion. There's a try scored. You come in there and want to get in their face. If it kicks off, right, you're going to lose blokes. Dylan, no, I'm not interested in talking, James. The responsibility is on both you guys to get your fellas out. If you're not going to do that, I'll sit someone down if it happens again. And the game's in a critical stage, right?
Well, there was a nice touch right at the end of that. Fisher-Harris and Edwards just touched each other's arms. Let's say, righto, let's get on with it. That was pretty cool. That's from two old teammates who have respect for each other.
Yeah, what a lot of grand finals together.
Yeah, that's right. So Adam Pompey will line up this very important conversion. 21 minutes to go, and Fisher-Harris with those scary, scary eyes. Maybe that's why Alamotti had the nervous smile. Was right up in his grill. Pompey to put the Warriors in front. Penrith led 4-0. Warriors led 6-4. Penrith led 16-6. Down 16 all. Pompey 21 out. 7 in from touch. He's kicked 2 from 2 for the lead. Crowd of almost 18,000. Here's Pompey now. Moves in. Strikes it. Likes it. Kicks the goal. Warriors are in front. Pompey 3 out of 3. And it is the Warriors 18. Penrith 16. And there's still over a quarter of the game to go. You can text in on 0467 920 222. Warren says enjoying the call. Go the Panthers. Did you see the chunk of turf Alamotti ripped up? Cruel twist, says Brendan. 0467 920 222. Go Warriors, make my day from Rowdy Andy. Also, Harry from Gerringong, does anyone have a feeling this could go to Golden Point? I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind with this game. 0467 920 222. And in the AFL, first quarter, West Coast 16, leading Essendon 0. So, news from the Broncos, by the way. There are pictures circulating of Pat Carrigan leaving the ground at Lang Park in a moon boot, left ankle injury, and I'm told in big out for Origin too, Pat Carrigan. Warriors have it now, and it's Jackson Ford over the 20. He's going to be caught 24 out from his own line, and if you've been out all day and you're thinking, oh, what did the Broncos beat the Dragons by? They didn't. Saints have beaten Brisbane for the third time in a row at Lang Park by 30 points to 26. The same score. 15 short of halfway. Tuapiki. Short ball goes right. Clark is felled. 6 short of halfway. Gee, it's a good run. Got within about 4 of halfway by the end of it all. Played on the last, comes right, and Tamati Martin kicks it downfield. Reasonably shallow down to the left wing of Jenkins with the catch on his own 20-metre line. Penrith needs some good field position here, and Jenkins is collared about 32 out from his own line by Fisher-Harris and near Corey, and also Leotau. Now comes open side right, McLean. He's caught 7 short of halfway by Ford. Plays the ball. They work it to the right to Alamotti. And he charges straight into the defence there of Fisher Harris and Laban and lost the ball behind him, and it's a penalty against Fisher Harris. And now Paul Alamotti just goes, thank you, James. Takes a quick tap, roars into the fence. Alamotti 30 metres out from the goal line after the penalty goes to Penrith, their fourth. Now it's Edwards. Edwards up over the 20. Edwards is taken 12 metres out from the goal line. Of course, if Penrith had a goal kicker, they could have levelled the scores, but they keep on the attack. It comes to the left. Lindsay Smith turns the ball on the inside, and Penrith get within 8 metres of the goal line. Tackle made. Billy Phillips to his feet. Plays it, they work it left. Cogger got it away to Lungy to McLean. Casey McLean as they get a set restart Penrith. That is their third of the day. Now the ball played for the Penrith side. And Billy Scott is on the field. He's gone into dummy half, 3 metres out. He sends the pass away to his right. Wasn't meant for Leota, but he snatched it away from Cogger. Gave the pass right to Lindsay Smith. And Lindsay Smith is going to be taken 5 metres out from the goal line. Penrith with it down 18-16. And we've got 18 minutes left on the clock. It comes right and it's charging onto the defensive line and being tackled only a metre out was Liam Henry. Plays the ball to Scott. Goes left to Lindsay Smith, and in slow motion he backs his way straight into the defence. 8 metres out. Last play. Scott goes left. Cogger. He links up with Talangi away to McLean. Straight into the fence. Change over. And there's a little lack of class without some of the Origin players. Great defence by Leah Tower. Change over Warriors. 8 out from their own line. 17 minutes 30 to go in the second half. Warriors 18. Penrith 16. Luke Lewis.
Yeah, good defence there by the Warriors. They had to turn the Panthers away. It wasn't the best attack from the mighty Panthers, but yeah, look, the Warriors are right up for this now. They've got a whole lot of energy in that jersey, and they've got Healy's just come on the field for him, so he'll be looking to run a lot out of dummy half now.
Yeah, so both coaches have changed their dummy half in the last few minutes. Warriors just outside their 20. Played to Healy. He goes right to Ford. He hasn't been off the field yet, has he, Jackson Ford? Another lion-hearted effort. He scored 34 out from his own line by Papa Lee, and then got told to go back and play it. And Papa Lee says that way. Gave him a shove. Healy sends it open side left to Clark. Wrapped up 8 metres short of halfway. Last tackle Warriors with this 2-point lead. Penrith has not scored in the second half. Harris to Vita. Whacks a left foot kick downfield. Caught by Alamotti. There's the Bronx cheer. 15 out from his own line. Returns it into the chase of Pompey and Pereira. 26 out from his own line. Played the Cogger left to Tungor. And Tungor smashed on his own 30. John Gibbs on the touchline. The Warriors are on top right now.
Yeah, they are. And there was great defence by the Warriors. They gave Penrith a little bit of their own. This has just been such a good match, and you can see by James Fisher-Harris and Dylan Edwards being spoken to by the referee, and Fisher-Harris getting in the face of Alamotti after that calamity. There's a lot at stake.
He's got out a dummy half. Great run into Healy. Taken 11 metres in Warriors territory, but it's the last for Penrith. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Talangi goes right. Cogger the kick. Down to the right wing of Watney Zelezniak. McLean flying through with a great tackle after Watney Zelezniak claimed the catch. 2 out from the Warriors line, and this, I guess, is where Penrith is going to really try and pin the Warriors down. But Leah Tower, he beats the tackle of Henry, but now he's piled riveted to the deck by Lindsay Smith and Garner. 4 out from the goal line. Centrefield left Alaseema's tackled. 9 out from his own line. Warriors 18, Penrith 16, 15 and a half to go. NRL Sunday night on ABC Sport. Harris to Vita. Cut out past to Canberra. Stepped in field. Got away from one. Finished off though by Garner. 29 out from his own line after beating Alamotti. Plays it to Laban. Goes right to Apiki. Got away from Liam Henry again. Got away from Cogger. Henry came back at him 14 short of halfway. Last tackle Warriors. Dropping back Jenkins and Edwards. And the kick off Martineau. He ran straight past Lindsay Smith, who overcommitted. Turns it into Fisher Harris. Then away goes to Apiki, or rather Martineau with a 30. One hander away. Harris to beat it to Laban. Edwards to beat. Edwards, what a tackle! Saved the day. May have saved the game. That is brilliant. Steve Mortimer, Ron Coote, John Raper, Scott Sattler and a GF, and now Dylan Edwards. What a tackle as Penrith now have it 15 out from their own line, trailing 18-16 with 14 and a half to go.
Well, that was a certain try over there from Dylan Edwards, but beautiful attack there from the Warriors. Last play, gets a little bit spooked, Murray Martin, comes out, beautiful little cross play to find Fisher Harris, and then all of a sudden, great skill, and they were in the open space, but that's a massive play there from Dylan Edwards.
Here's a big tackle, 5 short of halfway on Tungor. Plays the ball to Scott, comes to the left. Henry. Lindsay Smith, dummies goes himself. Wrapped up by Tamaree Martin, 4 metres in Warriors territory. Played on the last. Scott, short side left to Lungy. Then away to Papali'i. He throws one over the top to Jenkins. He's got Edwards with him. Turns it inside to Edwards and he's nailed. 5 out for the goal line by Ali Lag and Leah Tower. Try saver from him. And now a changeover Warriors. 7 out from his own line. 14 to go. 18-16 Warriors. And the standard of this game, John Gibbs, on the touchline continues.
It's incredible. It only happens once in a blue moon. And it is proudly overlooking this stadium. And what about Dylan Edwards down the other end of the field? He's come up with a try save on Jacob Levan and then Laban, and then down the other end he's been squashed by Leah Tower when he was about to score. This game is fantastic. Back-to-back games at Western Sydney Stadium have been unbelievable.
Warriors work at left edge and Ford at left centre is tackled 30 out from his own line. 2 tackles left for the Waz. Harris to Vida. Goes right to a peak. He got away easily from Garner. Now caught 14 short of halfway. Put to the ground by Liam Martin back on the field in concert with Liam Henry. On the last, Healy back to Tamati Martin. Kick downfield down the throat of Edwards. 19 out from the Penrith line. Penrith would love a set restart or penalty, anything like that. He beats 1 tackle, got through a second, and now he's felled 34 out from his own line. A lot of Penrith players not yet back on side. Jenkins at first receiver. He's played well but has not scored. Tom Jenkins scored 10 short of halfway. Plays it. It goes right from Talangi to McLean. And back towards centre field goes Casey. Stands in the 3-man tackle just short of halfway with 12 and a half minutes left. Warriors up 18-16. Penrith with it. Liotta. Another good run. Shrugged away from one. Pop the pass to Scott. Goes right to Cogger. He turns it into Liam Martin. Down he goes 28 metres out from the line. He'll play the ball now to Billy Scott. Comes to the right to Jack Cogger. Cogger takes on the line through 1 tackle. Runs into Stowers Smith and Tuapiki 10 metres out. Last play Penrith. They go right to Edwards. Cut out ball. No, that's not the play to Tungor. He throws it out the back to Alamotti. Beats 1. Got it to the left to Scott. 15 out to Martin. Then he goes to Billy Phillips. He puts in the crossfield kick. Dallon's there. Juggle, tippy-tap over the dead ball line. It's going to be a goal line drop out for the Warriors. It lead 18-16. 11 minutes 45 to play. Luke Lewis.
Yeah, I thought they got that wrong on the short side, but they kept the ball alive. They get it over to that left edge, come up a really nice kick. I'm not too sure for the kick in. It might have been Billy Phillips, but it was a beautiful weighted kick, nice chase, and then Dallin had to knock it dead and see what they can come up with here. But the offloads are what are killing the Warriors.
Round the grounds, quarter time AFL. West Coast 17, Essendon 1. Short line drop out. Jenkins with the catch for Penrith, and he's got it tackled 10 metres out from the goal line. Warriors have to defend stoutly here. Play to Scott. Goes right to Papali'i. Right foot step into the defence. He stands in the tackle of Fisher Harris. 8 metres out from the goal line. Scott to the right. Cogger centre field. Then away to Henry. And Liam's caught 8 metres out from the Warriors goal line. It's played now to Scott. Comes back to the left. Cogger got it away to Liotta. Great desperate defence again. Leah Tower has made some big tackles with Tamaree Martin. Comes to the right to Cogger. Steps straight into the teeth of the defence. And then he throws a dipsy doodle out the back. Scooped up by Talangi. Talangi steps past 1. Runs back to the left to Liotta. Then away to Papali'i. Got away from 1. Pass back to his right to Edwards. Edwards runs left to right. Through hands away to Martin. Hitting a great tackle by Harris to Vida. They've got to come right. It's on the last. They go that way. Cogger. Edwards. Dummies. Got it away. Alamotti! He flies through the air and scores again. Oh, give Dallin his cake back. A second brilliant diving try by Alamotti. And I think he's also not taken up the urge of a no to Fisher Harris. 10 minutes to go. Penrith back in front. Panthers 20, Warriors 18. This is one of the best games, if not the best of the year, Luke Lewis.
Oh, how good is it to call? There's everything going on out there at the moment, but it's the offloads that are killing the Warriors. Again, it didn't look like there was too much going on for the Panthers. The Warriors did a good job, and then finally they come up with an offload, the Panthers, and they get that ball over to into that right edge, and Dylan Edwards just does a great job. Pumps the ball, makes Dylan Lesniak jump up for it, and then it gives a little bit of space to Alamotti. And when he gets a bit of space, we know what he can do. He's got great speed, he's got great footwork, but it's his try-scoring ability. He dives with absolutely, again, 1.5 meters, 2 meters out, gets up nice and high, slams it down, and gets the Panthers back in front.
Down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, I'm running out of adjectives to describe this game, but it is scintillating, and that counter-attack by Penrith was fantastic. There's a tackle there by Chanel Harris-Tavita on Liam Martin that seriously, it rocked the foundations of this stadium. And then there was a drop ball, and as you say, Louis, Dylan Edwards, he sort of did an underhanded double pump, gave the ball on the outside. Alamotti around Adam Pompey, flew through the air, and now he gets an opportunity to put them 4 ahead. 2 ahead, 9 to go. That brings the penalty into play. They're still on. Lots of twists and turns yet.
Oh, yeah, I agree. 8 minutes 46 to go. Penrith looking to get to that magical score. They currently lead 20 to 18. 21 metres out. Half a metre in from the western touchline. Paul Alamotti, after scoring his second try, strikes it, heading towards the post, hooks it across the face, no goal. He's only kicked 2 from 4, Paul Alamotti. Penrith back in front, 20. Warriors 18. Earlier Canberra 26, Cowboys 12. And St George Illawarra, a wonderful 30 points to 26 win over Brisbane. On the text line, 0467 920 222. Go the Panthers. Great call, boys, from Tony. Hello, Andrew, Luke, and Johnny Gibbs and crew. I'm a Bulldog supporter in Thailand long term. I appreciate your great calls and comments on all the games. Eases my homesickness. Thanks, guys, so much. Stephen, that's fantastic. What a lovely message. Thank you, mate. 0467 920 222. As from the kickoff, Liam Henry on the return into heavy traffic, and he's scored 14 out from his own goal line. Mr. Moore had to see my GP about the my dipsy doodle last week. I hope it's all right for you. Here's Penrith 25 out from their own line. Ball played to Scott. It's a joke, Louis. It comes to the left of Moses Leota, and Leota drives ahead. Tackle 15 short of halfway. Penrith back in front here. Scott goes left. Strong run, Liam Martin into Niokore. Tackle 5 short of the halfway stripe. 2 tackles left. Scott goes left to Dylan Edwards. Runs from right to left and nailed. 5 metres in Warriors territory. Played on the last. It comes right to Cogger. The kick from 43 metres out. Coming through is Jenkins on Tuapiki. The ball loose on the ground. Picked up by Jenkins. Referee says knocked on by Milky. It'll be a Warriors changeover. 14 out for their own line. 7 minutes 40 to go. Penrith 20, Warriors 18.
Yeah, good compete there by Jenkins out there on the left edge. Gets done for a knock on, but he had to sprint from absolute 20-30 metres to get into that contact. Yeah, just as it comes out the back, it touches Tane Tuapiki. There was a nice bit of play there by the Panthers. Good metres after points.
So now comes away left to Adam Pompey. Caught 26 out from the Warriors line. Now ball played. Here he goes left to Fisher Harris. Wrapped up 32 out from his own line. Into dummy half Aaron Clark. Goes left again to Harris-Tavita. Takes on the defensive line. Leota had come across along with Tunlaw, and he stands in the tackle, 3 short of halfway. 2 tackles left Warriors. And Pompey at dummy half goes right to Tower Smith. And Tower Smith beats 2, still going. Finally put down 40 out from the goal line. Played to Wade Egan, who's just come back out there. It goes left to Harris-Tavita. Towering kick down to Edwards. Ford leads the chase. Ball dropped by Edwards. Picked up by Tamaree Martin. He's over to score. But we're bunker bound. Jared Sutton, tell us about it.
I have no try. I believe there's a touch from the Warriors that goes forward. Just need to see if Dylan Edwards contacts it first, though. Whether we got a double lock on.
So it doesn't seem like Jared thinks in any way it's a try, but who gets the feed with 6 minutes 33 to go? Ford v. Edwards.
Chases on side. Just need to see who gets the first touch shot.
I think it's Ford, Louis. Although that replay was hard to tell.
Oh, I don't know. His hand comes through. Dylan Edwards' hands are there as well. Not a great view.
I'm backing Ford's pinky.
Oh, yeah, his pinky definitely on that one. You're getting a quicker one than me. I'm getting it up there and slower.
No, look to the side.
Just looking at the right hand here of Jackson Ford.
Yeah, I reckon it touches his pinky too, actually. Right there. Oops.
Right.
There.
There. It's douche off his pinky.
Yep. pinky into Dylan Edwards. Knock on by the Warriors with Panthers play ball.
I think that's a great spot by Gerard Sutton, by the way, if that's
Based
true.
on that angle, hits the right hand of Jackson Ford and travels forward into Dylan Edwards, which is a knock on. You have a decision.
Nice eyes, Maury.
Oh, Stu. So, no try. It'll be a Penrith changeover. 10 out from their own line. Still 6.5 to go. Penrith 20, Warriors 18 to the touchline. John Gibbs.
Well, I was literally fingernailing that, and Jackson Ford's not happy about it. Just by the way, in the lead-up to that, there was a Penrith player who just moved off his line ever so slightly to just get in the way there. I've seen that penalised before, but nothing was said, so play on.
Here's Penrith with the ball now. Henry crashed to the ground by Niokore. 18 out from his own goal line. On the text line, come on, Golden Point. Let's keep this awesome game going. I don't disagree. I'm happy for this game to go to up past 10. Liam Martin plays the ball to Cogger. Comes to the right to Henry. And he's wrapped up 32 out from his own line, although, Louis, that's a bit past both our bedtimes.
Correct.
Down to the right it goes Dylan Edwards. Oh, he's nailed. Great defence, Wade Egan. Right on the Penrith 40, last tackle. Right to Cogger. Boot the ball, picks out Watney Zelezniak with a very shallow kick. Outside the 20, heads over the 30. Nailed by the chase, 15 short of halfway. 5 minutes 47 to go. Penrith 20, Warriors 18. You do feel, though, don't you, Louis? I do at least, that there is another twist here.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Warriors they're going to chance their arm a little bit here. They're going to start throwing some offloads, and I reckon that's what's worrying both sides of the offloads.
Here's Pompey centre field. He's put down 2 metres short of halfway. Plays the ball to Egan. He runs straight into the defenders, 4 of them. Was hoping to get at least a set restart, did not. Tackle 4 metres in Penrith territory there by Sorensen. Now comes to the right with a good, strong Aaron Clark run. Brought down 33 out from the goal line. Last tackle, Warriors. Egan, centre field left to Harris to Vida. Puts up a towering kick again. Edwards under pressure, up they fly. Edwards does not catch it. Bounces down to Leotau for the Warriors. Changeover, not touched by Penrith, but gee, really hard in mouth stuff. Penrith get it back. 6 out from their own line. 5 minutes to go. Penrith 20, Warriors 18, and a Sunday night classic here on ABC Sport. Now Jenkins outside his 10 plays it. It comes right to Alamotti. He's dumped to the ground. 19 out from his own line. Must be exhausted. Played at a cracking speed. Tungler out of dummy half. Runs across field. Got through Pereira though. Straight into Pompey. Down he goes. 29 out from the Penrith line. 6 in from touch western side. Played to Cogger. Sends it left to Garner, who ran straight across field. He's easily picked off by the defence. Stowers, Smith and Fisher Harris. Edwards, centre of the park. Left it to Lungy. Then away to Casey McLean. He got a pass away, Jenkins. He's over halfway. Tuapigi to beat. Edwards backing up. He got the pass to the current best backer-upper in the game.
Forward.
And Dylan Edwards denied a try by a forward pass from Tom Jenkins. Edwards hands to his head saying, what for? 20 to 18, Penrith still lead. Forward pass, it'll be a Warriors scrum feed, 11 short of halfway. Have no idea from the lives. It's down in the far corner, the southeast corner. Brilliant run from Jenkins. Please don't be controversial. He dummied to Edwards. He passed to Edwards.
He's behind, throws the ball backwards.
Oh, you're watching on that delayed thing again.
He throws the ball backwards. Now it's obviously going to float forward. He actually throws the ball backwards. But he's obviously in a different position down there. But what about Casey McLean one-on-one out wide? How good is he?
Unreal. Touchline. Thoughts, John Gibbs?
Well, that's right in line with me. That's play on. That was a fair pass. He was going at such a velocity. He was stumbling a bit, but he threw the ball out of his hands. For mine, that went backwards.
Yeah, I think we all agree. Very tight, but we all think it should have been a try. It's not, though, and the Warriors have a 28 out from their own line as Egan goes right to Fisher Harris. He's caught on his own 30-metre line, so the Warriors still alive. Ball play to Egan. Goes right to Aaron Clark up the middle. Caught 13 metres short of halfway for the Wars. It's played to Egan. He goes with a no-looker right to Stowers. Smith, who's been brilliant. Strolls past to Lungy. Up over halfway. Great run. 7 metres in Penrith territory. Egan back centre field left. Martin away to Harris to beat her. Got it to Tuapiki. Short ball to Pompey. Pompey takes on Tungo, Alamotti, Edwards and one other and nailed. Cogger was there as well. 21 out from the line, 4 in from touch, western side. Play to Cambrera in the last. Harris to beat her. Kicks across his body. Up goes Leah Tower. Punches it back over the 10. Touched by Penrith as well. 6 more tackles, Warriors. They've got it with a little ball out the back to Tower Smith. And he scored 11 out. Then he throws the pass away to near Corey. He's 11 out from the line. This is thrilling stuff. 2.5 to go. And it's the Warriors trailing by 2. Down to Tuapiki. Takes him on right side. Dragged to the ground despairingly by Edwards. 2018. Penrith leads. Egan. He sends the ball left Martin. Harris to beat her with a footy now. 10 metres out. Got it away Pompey. What a tackle. Try saver by Tungor. 3 out from the line. 5 in from touch northwest corner. Play to Camperera. Goes right Harris to beat her. Now with Aaron Clark up the middle. Wrapped up 10 metres out. What a game. What a finish. Egan goes right. Fisher Harris. Then away to Martin. Links up to a Pinky. What a tackle. He's dropped the ball. Brilliant from Casey McLean. What a week he's had. To a Pinky. Looks distressed. It'll be a Penrith ball, 10 out for their own line. He tried the flick pass to a Piggy. If he'd got it to Dallin, it would have been a game-winning try, but he did not. It's a fine line between pleasure and pain. 1 minute 23 to go. Penrith 20, Warriors 18.
Wow, another amazing set under the pump there from the Panthers, but all just doing their job. I love what the outside backs did. You could even see there on that left side, I think it was, it might have been Cogger. He wanted to come up out of the line and he goes, I better pull back. Got back in the line, made it all one-on-one, and then it was just a simple one-on-one tackle over there by Casey McLean, who comes up with a beautiful tackle, forces an error there on Tane Tuapiki, and that is brilliant defence again from the Panthers on their goal line.
Touchline we go, John Gibbs.
What a finish. This has been incredible. We're going to see these two sides deep into the competition. They may well not get the points, and I know they had a couple of star players out Penrith, so did the Warriors, but they have grown in my estimation tonight on this performance. It's been great.
This is teams 1 and 2. There's no doubt about it. Halfway through the comp anyway, Penrith. Scott goes left. Tackle made. About 26 metres out from the Penrith line. Playing the ball, Liam Henry. Get some minutes in his legs tonight. Goes away left to Martin likewise. 31 out from his own line. Edwards out of dummy half. He's been great too. Over the 40, Dylan Edwards. Terrific run. Gets to it in a metre of halfway. What a year he's having. On the last, it comes right to Cogger. How long to go? 40 seconds. Then to Tungor. Steal by Harris to beat her. Goes off Alamotti and over the touchline. What's the ruling? Knock on, Warriors. They've got a challenge. Oh no, they've lost it. They've lost their challenge already. 30 seconds to go. Game, set, bingo. The Panthers are going to win. Tungor attempted a little stab kick, didn't he? Or a chip kick into Harris to beat her. And Penrith will get the ball back.
Yeah, it was an ugly little kick. And it was a little bit flirt with danger, but ended up being in the Panthers' favour. A bit of an error. There's only 3 seconds on the clock. 2 and 1, and we're not going to get the scrum. And it's a great win for the mighty Panthers.
Why the heck did the Warriors not try and pack that scrum? They had 23 seconds to go, and they made no effort to pack a scrum and get a timeout.
So tired. I think the game was too fast from Andrew, and they forgot about it.
I'm not talking, I'm speechless. Full time, Penrith has won an absolutely magnificent game of rugby league. Talk about living up to the billing. 20 points to 18. Penrith over the Warriors here at Western Sydney Stadium. What a game of footy. And the winning try was scored by a player who conceded a try earlier by falling flat in his bum, Paul Alamotti. So you've got to feel good for him if you're a Penrith fan. Casey McLean scored in the 6th and 30th minutes, and Alamotti in the 38th and 70th minutes. Paul Alamotti 2 goals from 4 attempts, a 12-point haul. Freddie Lussick on report for a hair pull. Luke Garner on report for a shoulder charge in the 42nd minute. 3 restarts. for the Warriors. Tries to Jacob Laban in the 17th minute. Tane Tuapiki in the 54th. Alfiano Camperera in the 59th. Adam Pompey 3 from 3. Leka Helasima on report for a crusher in the 35th minute. An unsuccessful challenge. 5 restarts for the Warriors. The penalty count 4 all. Half-time, Penrith 16, Warriors 6. Full-time in a thriller. Penrith 20, Warriors 18. The crowd 17,640. Boy, oh boy, what a game. That was brilliant. Gee, it was fun. I hope you enjoyed it listening at home, I guess. Fans, maybe not as much as Penrith fans. And in the neutral corner, you could have just sat back and enjoyed a cracking game of footy. And what a game Dylan Edwards had. What a year he's having. Despite missing out on Origin selection, another blinder tonight. And I'm sure he's relieved, if not exhausted, John Gibbs.
I'm sure he's relieved, he's exhausted. And certainly the disappointment of Origin would be in the rear vision mirror. Dylan, that was a great win.
Yeah, it was. Warriors are a good team. They play hard, they play for the full 80. Obviously, Origin boys didn't back up, so I'll test your squad. And we're just really happy with how the boys went after the game today.
And again, it was those defensive structures that they were throwing everything at you at half-time. They had the better of the first half, but you led 16-6, and in the end, that's been the advantage.
Yeah, I think so. You're right. Had a look go their way in that first half, and we hung on there, some defensive resolve through different periods of the game. Obviously loose at times as well, is something we'll have to address, but some of the stops that come up with tonight, that's very important. We train for that, we train that, and it's nice it comes out in the games.
I think such a tough night though, 1 versus 2 on a Sunday night. The ball handling was amazing. Might have been a few misses. Good defence.
Yeah, there was. I think both teams really aimed up. Really good forward pack the Warriors have. The outside backs are big and strong as well, so they defend well. We'll meet them guys again soon in the regular season. Not looking too far ahead, but potentially post-season as well.
And Dylan, just a couple of quick ones. You got to feel for Paul Alamonte. That was a shock.
Yeah, I just lost his footing in it. You won't see that again for forever. So I probably should have been covering him a bit harder. So stuff like that does happen. I can clean it up. So something to keep working on.
And talking about cleaning up, Tane Tuapiki went through. You cleaned him up.
Oh, no, he's slippery. He was giving us trouble the whole night. He's a great little player. Great, not little. He's a bloody good player. So he's going to be one to watch in the future.
He's little in stature, and I've got to say I was right in line when Milky has made that great break after Casey McLean, who had another blinder. But when he made that break, I know he's stumbling. It might have looked awkward. The pass was good. You must have got a shock when it was called back.
Yeah, I did. I didn't really hear the ref's whistle. I sort of looked back and I seen him stop. Yeah, disappointing because that sort of ices the game there. Made it a bit harder for us at the end. But, I mean, we put ourselves in that position. We're going to get more than we don't. So that's all right.
Well, Dylan, it was a great game. Well done to the Panthers, and we'll see you here next Sunday against the West Tigers.
Yeah, it should be great. Looking forward to it.
That's a great attitude, isn't it? If we put ourselves in that position, we'll get more than we don't. Well played, Dylan Edwards. Ran for over 200 metres again. And his opposite number, Tane Tuapiki, ran for 211. They both put on a bit of a clinic, the fullbacks, Dylan Edwards and Tane Tuapiki. Let's get reaction from the Warriors. Back to you, Gibbsy.
Yeah, Tane Tuapiki, he's a live wire. That was a great game, and watching from the sideline, you wouldn't know what was going to happen. Tane, you were right in that, right up until the end.
Yeah, just disappointed at the end, eh? We had a chance there to finish it. On me, it's hard to let that go. But so proud of my boys. The resilience, scramble on the try line. Just Panthers are a quality side, eh? And to push them to the end, I'm really proud of my brothers.
Tane, I think it was a big game. Obviously, 1 versus 2. The last game around 13. I think you boys, you mightn't have got the result, but you showed that you can match it with them.
Yep. I think internally we've always known we believe in us regardless of the outside noise. So the result tonight didn't really reflect that. That wasn't the end result to try and prove people that we can go with the best of them. That's just the bonus that we won. But to push them to the end, honestly, I just can't let go there.
Your last play, mate, it was good. Casey McLean, he came up with a big tackle. And they did it all night. I mean, that's what they're good at, their defence.
Yeah, and honestly, it felt like we were versing ourselves. The scramble that they have is sort of what we want to put into our game, and what I feel like we'll be showing all season. So it was a quality game.
Tane, probably the first half told the tale because you had the best of the running, yet they led by 10 points at half time. They kept you at bay.
Yeah, I think we just clocked off tackle 4 and 5. I think that's where they showed that if you're going to be the best, you need to be locked in for tackle 1 to 5 till you get that ball back. And I already know what our review's going to be. We're going to be disappointed in that, but just going back to the effort, we're so proud of.
Well, you get a bye next week. Love watching you play, Tane, and it was a good effort, albeit you didn't get the points. Thanks for joining ABC Sport.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Tane Tuapiki, 225 metres from 23 runs with a line break. Dylan Edwards, 204 metres, 24 carries. And a stunning try-saving tackle. Copybook around the ankles. It was brilliant. 20 points to 18 in favour of Penrith. What a week for Casey McLean. Selected for New South Wales, came off the bench, was brilliant for a quarter of an hour or so. Brilliant again tonight. John Gibbs is with you now.
He was a young man. He's got it all before him. It's been a big week, Casey, in your life.
Yeah, I suppose so. Grateful enough to be a part of the Blue Squad, let alone get on. So, grateful for that opportunity. And also, coming back to my brothers here in Penrith and, getting the 2 points, taking it home.
Well, you did plenty of good things, defence, in the air. It's not often that one gets over you. Jacob Laban, he got over the top of you. That must be 1 out of 100.
Jakey's the man. I was lucky enough to play Baldies with him. He's been killing it, especially this whole Warriors team. They've been killing it. They're second on the ladder for a reason, and just full credit to how they've been going. Yeah.
Well, the speed of the game on Wednesday night, obviously State of Origin was smart. You went on for that 23 minutes and you were fantastic. Tonight's pace was pretty quick as well.
Yeah, I suppose at half-time we got a little kick up just saying, to try to slow down the game. The ruck was a bit quick, and I suppose you could say the game was quick.
Yeah, now, on that left-hand side, Tane Tuapiki, he's very disappointed. You tackle him, he's dirty on himself, but that was a big tackle. You knew that DWZ was on the outside. But you boys, that's what you do well. You all trust each other.
Yeah, 100%. Milk, Blaze and I, especially even Ice, our whole left edge. We've been grinding hard and through our training, and as well, like you said, that trust is working. Milk trusts me, I trust Milk. It just goes down the line throughout the whole team, especially.
And I think without those key players that were out, that were rested, I mean, you started, you played, but you were flying the flag. I think that gives you a lot of confidence too that you can do it without those blokes.
Yeah, 100%. Coach said throughout the week, it's the next man up mentality. We've got trust in the boys, coming up through the grades. Our cup boys, they're killing it as well. So, all the boys stepping up, just being able to be themselves and, move on and, showcase their talents.
Well done on your effort on Wednesday night, and we'll just add it on top tonight as well. Well done.
Thank you, bro.
Casey McLean, he said take it all in his stride. So we'll see Gibbsy back up here for the remains of the post-game show with you for another 15 minutes or so. What a game. Penrith 20, Warriors 18, and it's all that's left now. Luke Lewis is your ABC Player of the Year points.
Well, it's funny. I reckon Gibbsy and Ralphie must get down there and have a little bit of a talk and say, who do you think that Louis going to pick? Because he actually pulled out the 3 guys I'm going to give the 3-2-1 tonight for the interview. So, look, my 3 points goes to Casey McLean. I thought he was brilliant out there, returning after Origin. It was his defence, his attack, everything. He really tried to work. He worked really hard for his team. Scored 2 great tries. He got my 2. Dylan Edwards, again, amazing at fullback. Come up with some massive plays, a couple of try-savers. But he was great under the high ball, but it was his work rate through the middle of the field. And then I went Tane Tuapiki for the Warriors. I thought he was brilliant as well. Just at the backfield, always dangerous, looking to make breaks all the time, quick play the ball. So very hard to go past those 3 boys tonight. But I thought there was plenty out there that could have received points. If I could have gave half a point to everyone, I would have.
Yeah, I get it. That was a great game of footy. That was just, if you love rugby league, that was just big smile on your face kind of stuff. 20 points to 18, Penrith beat the Warriors. 3 points ABC Player of the Year, Casey McLean. 2 points Dylan Edwards. 1 point Tane Tuapiki. And it does mean that Dylan Edwards extends his lead in the ABC Player of the Year. Now, next week, the Warriors and the Penrith Panthers. Penrith plays the West Tigers Sunday from 2 o'clock back here. Louis will be here calling that game. West Tigers, Penrith, 2 p.m. next Sunday. And the Wars have the bye. so they'll get a chance to lick their wounds after getting beaten but not disgraced by any means. Tomorrow night we'll wrap it all up too on NRL Monday, the program between 6:30 and 7:30. Scott Sorensen, who'll have plenty of stories to tell about this game tonight, the Penrith forward, he'll join me from 7 for the second half of the show as co-host. And for you Dragons fans, St George Illawarra front rower Toby Couchman will be my guest on NRL Monday. The Dragons celebrating their first win of the year. They've held on to beat the Broncos 30 points to 26 at Lang Pass at long last. Well done, you Dragons fans. Another story was the return of Payne Haas at a game so significant, Billy Moore gave him 3 points in the ABC Player of the Year, and he's caught up with Zane Bojack after the game.
Yeah, I don't know what to say today. We're really poor and probably one of the worst performances I've been a part of. So, yeah.
Why is it that you say that, Payne? It looked as though you were the only man in the middle that can make any meters.
I don't know. I just felt like it was all of us. We had no intent, no energy, and it's pretty disappointing. It's how season's gone. We save it till the last 10 minutes to play our footy, but we all talk at the moment. We keep on saying we're going to do all these important things on the field, but to be honest, we're just BSing each other. So
that's their strong words. So do you feel like an honesty session is needed for the club? You need to all get together and work out how you can defend your title.
Oh, mate, we've done a lot of talking last few weeks. We're just, it's not coming up yet. So we'll keep on going back to the drawing board, get our preparation right, and hopefully the tide will turn soon.
All right, and look, I know that the Gold Coast Titans are also similarly down the bottom of the ladder. How do you make sure that next week the boys are up? How do you get up for a game against another cellar dweller?
Just make sure we take our lessons out of this again and make sure we have a good week of preparation. They're going to be up for it. It's a big game. It's a derby game. So if you can't get up for that, then there's some problems.
Just finally, next week's another opportunity to impress for Origin. You're hoping to break back into that Blues team?
I'm not even thinking about that, to be honest, mate. This is more important at the moment and just trying to get the result for the boys here.
All right, really appreciate chatting to you, Payne. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Payne Haas there with Zane Bojack. While at Canberra Stadium, the Green Machine did something they don't always do, and that's beat North Queensland, score 26-12. Brett Sprigg called the game with former Raiders captain Alan Tongue. Tell us about it, Spriggy.
Andrew, the game was broken open with 3 Canberra tries in the space of 4 minutes. Seb Chris, Kyo Weeks and Tom Starling all on the board. The Cowboys didn't go away with Liam Sutton's clever show and go, resulting in their first points of the night, only for Ethan Strange to put himself over before half-time. 18-6 at the break. I will say Ethan Sanders didn't have his kicking boots on, had 1 from 4 in the first half, finished with 1 from 6 across the game. We also saw Chris score his second try after half-time and Xavier Savage to make it 26-6. And that sort of tells the story of the game, I think, for the most part. Hila Mookie scored a consolation try late, but it certainly was Canberra's best defensive effort for quite some time, and in fact their first win for quite some time. I'm talking 8 years against the Cowboys here at Canberra Stadium. Their first win anywhere against the Cowboys since round 12 2020. Alan Tongue, what impressed you most from a Canberra point of view across the win tonight?
Yeah, a little bit of second phase for the Raiders, which was really good to watch. The ball movement, the speed, but then defensively, the resolve that they showed on their edges, but also their kick chase was a real highlight for me tonight. So Raiders, really, really good win. Getting back on the winners list there for the Cowboys. Yeah, they need to learn a few lessons from it, get back into their rhythm. They're at home against the Dolphins next week.
So, they're at home against the Dolphins. The Raiders have 3 home games in a row. They've got the Roosters here on Friday. So that's, for a team that had lost 6 of their past 7 starts at home, of course, they, changed the mould today with a win, just their 5th win of their campaign, moving up from 13th to 12th. You gave 3 points Kyo Weeks, 2 to Tom Starling and 1 to Sibilio Tamale. What about Dane Laurie, forming at lock, number 13?
Yeah, it was really great. I mean, with the ball in hand, he looked really, really strong and linked nicely. But defensively, he was outstanding as well in through the middle there. Got run over a couple of times by Tamalolo, but some of the best still do. But he did a really good showing.
So both teams still with a couple of names missing, the likes of Josh Papali'i, Jaden Brayley, of course. No Nane for the Cowboys. They didn't have Ruben Cotter, of course, backing up from Origin. No Tom Dearden, obviously, as well. So some big names missing, but the Raiders get the win here, 26-12 from what was 18-6 at half-time. Mentioned Raiders at home to the Roosters next week. The Cowboys at home to the Dolphins. That's what's next up for those two sides. The Cowboys now 8 wins and 5 losses. Could have been top 4 with the right scoreline here tonight, but as a result, they will fall even further out of the top 8 for now, despite their good recent form. Andrew, it was a full-time result of the Raiders 26, the North Queensland Cowboys 12.
Good man, Spriggy. Safe travels, mate. See you in the office tomorrow morning. So we've had footy from Wednesday to now, Sunday night. And it started with Men's Origin 1 Wednesday night. New South Wales coming from 20-0 down to defeat Queensland 22 points to 20. Women's Origin 3 at Robina Stadium on the Gold Coast. And that saw a win for New South Wales over Queensland, 12 points to 4 to win the series 3-0. And in terms of the NRL, on Friday night, entertaining game. Cronulla Sutherland 28, beat Manly 22. ABC Player of the Year points, 3 to Braden Trindle, 2 to Blake Brayley, and 1 to Manly Warringah fullback Clayton Fa'alaulaw. Then on Saturday, we had a win for Newcastle over Parramatta 28 to 22. 3 points Dylan Lucas, 2 points Dylan Brown, 1 point to Parramatta fullback Isaiah Iongi returning from injury. The game Louis and I called here saw West 22 beat Canterbury Bankstown 16, and Louis gave 3 points to returning Tigers fullback Jareem Buller, 2 to Satili Tupanua from the Bulldogs, and 1 to Tigers captain Jerome Luai. Melbourne, an upset of sorts. 18-4 winners over the Roosters. 3 points to Sua Fa'alongo, 2 points to winger Moses Leo, and 1 point to Roosters fullback James Tedesco. Fullbacks featuring everywhere. St George Illawarra, stunning result, 30-26 over Brisbane. 3 points though to Brisbane prop Payne Haas, 2 to hooker Damien Cook for the Dragons, and 1 to front rower and my guest tomorrow night on NRL Monday, Toby Couchman. Well done, Saints. Canberra 26 defeated the Cowboys 12, as we just heard. 3 points to Raiders fullback Kaio Weeks, 2 points Tom Starling, and 1 point to Savelio Tamale, the winger. While here, Penrith 20 beat the Warriors 18, and Louis has given 3 points in the Player of the Year to Casey McLean, 2 to fullback Dylan Edwards, and 1 point has gone to Warriors fullback Tane Tuapiki. So the table now, 13 rounds into a 27-round season. Penrith on top on 24 points, Warriors second on 20. Then the Sydney Roosters 18, Newcastle fourth on 18, Manly Warringah 16, South Sydney 16 with a bye, Dolphins with a bye 16, Cronulla Sutherland 8th on 16, North Queensland 9th on 16, West Tigers 10th on 16 points. Then we've got the Broncos 4 points out of the top 8, the defending premiers on 12, Canberra 12, Melbourne 10, Canterbury Bankstown and Parramatta on 10 points, Gold Coast 8 and St George Illawarra, despite the excitement of the day, entrenched in the wooden spoon position on 4. It gets us to next round, round 14, and it begins on Thursday night. I'll be joined by Matt Elliott and MC at Brookvale Oval. So the game between Manly Warringah and South Sydney. Gee, that should be a good one to kick us off on air from 7. Friday night, the coverage from 5:30 will take you through the roof from Amy Park in Melbourne. Melbourne Storm against Newcastle. And then at 8 p.m, myself, Gibbsy, and Tungy are going to be in Canberra. You get the night off, Louis. Canberra against the Roosters. That should be great too. Saturday, we'll be on air from 2 p.m. Myself, Louis, MC, and we will be in the boardroom and then call the 5:30 game between North Queensland and the Dolphins. And then at 7:30 Saturday night, Brisbane hosting Gold Coast. That rivalry at Lang Park. Sunday, on air from midday, right back here. And at 2 o'clock, the three of us will call West Tigers and Penrith. 4 p.m, Cronulla Sutherland takes on St George Illawarra in the derby, and that game is at Shark Park. And then a game on the public holiday Monday between Canterbury Bankstown and Parramatta will be on air from 3:30 p.m. at Stadium Australia. Kick-off at 4:05, and we'll continue coverage until 7:30 p.m. With Michael Carianis and Ruan Sims with NRL Monday following the coverage. So we'll just be with you basically from 3:30 to 7:30. Time is running out, but there is always time for a very quick wow moment. Take it away, Connor Watson.
Wow. Oh, that was crazy.
All right, we've got no time at all. Luke Lewis, wow moment of the weekend was?
I'm going to say the last 23 minutes of Wednesday night. Does that count?
That'll do.
Yeah,
John
that was
Gibbs.
I'm going to say Kalen Ponga's hit on Tolutaukola was right in front of me and I went, wow.
I'm going full-time siren at Lang Park today for the Dragons to beat Brisbane. Thank you, Ralph Tucker. Thank you, Dennis Carnahan. Thank you, Renell Mower and Ned Hall. Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Jonty. Thank you for listening. I'm Andrew Moore. Catch you tomorrow night. Here is how the game's fared today. Gutherson, dummy and straighten, infield there from Stewart, he lost his footing, still got a pass away infield, Val Holmes backs up, scores the try, Dragons strike at Lang Park. Flanagan dummies left, comes back right, gives the pass to Atkinson, grabber, no one behind him, Atkinson grounds it, Atkinson scores, Dragons 10, Broncos 0, Broncos still asleep from Sunday lunch. It's the last play, Atkinson kicks across the 10, knocked on by Staggs, play on, picked up by Gutherson, chucks it to the wing, and Fino will go in for St George Illawarra. Hunt through Carrigan to Reynolds, shows, the pass all but intercepted. Holmes knocked it onto his foot, he picks it up, not a knock on, Holmes scores under the dot. No. He knocked it onto his foot, so it's not a knock on. And the referee says, I agree, that is a try. Hooter sounds and the Dragons are winners for the first time in 2026. And what a way to do it. They have beaten the Premiers at their home ground. 5 out left-hand side of the sticks. Starling off to his right-hand side. The lock-in Laurie off here to Strange. Angled run here. Shares it back to Seb Chris and he can go in and score. Well, it was building for the Canberra Raiders and they score the first points of the game. His 150th NRL game. The Origin back rower. Here's Laurie with a break over halfway. The lock forward. Runs like a fullback as he often does. Starling on the support. Receives the pass and goes in to score. 3 tries in quick time for Ricky's Raiders. Set restart Canberra. Horsburgh to Sanders. Humphries pass across here for Savage who flies into the corner and gets those green flags waving here at Canberra Stadium. Ref Klein officially signals time off and full time. Raiders 26, Cowboys 12. 19 out last play. Cogger, the kick from 18 out. Crossfield, Watney Gillespie flies through the air. But so does Casey McLean. He catches it and scores. Not too many snatched from away from TWZ, even DWZ. But Casey McLean has done it again. Last play, Lussick goes to his right to Cogger. Out the back to Edwards. Then quick hand from Tungo to Alamotti. Dive through the air. He's done it. Watney Gillespie. Put the cape on. Scores a try in the corner. Brilliant finish from Paul Alamotti. Deegan, dummies left. Goes short side right to Martin Burns and beat Talangi as he's falling. Got the pass away. Juggle, no trouble for Tang Tuapiki. He dives over to score a wonderful try. This is a high quality game. The Warriors are in next to the post. Played on the last to Egan. Comes left to Martin. He puts in a wobbly looking kick. Oh, he falls over. Does the Penrith player coming through is Khan Pereira and he's had an absolute nightmare. Paul Alamotti has had a shocker. He slipped and fell. And Khan Pereira scores. It's on the last. They go that way. Cogger. Edwards. Dummies. Got it away. Alamotti! He flies through the air and scores again. Oh, give Dallin his cape back. A second brilliant diving try by Alamotti. Full time, Penrith has won an absolutely magnificent game of rugby league. Talk about living up to the billing. 20 points to 18. Penrith over the Warriors here at Western Sydney Stadium. What a game of footy.
Titans, not the clash of the Titans. It's not, but for both sets of supporters, it would mean so much. West Coast have gone through so many dark days. The fourth win would be something truly to celebrate. While the Bombers, they've lost their past 6. They've lost their coach that they went into the season with. Brad Scott showing the door. It would mean a lot if they could get just the second victory in the last year. So they've won one game of their past 23. They've had one win in 370 odd days. Still mean a great deal to both of these supporter groups if they can get the points.
The weather so far has mostly stayed away. It did